Besties, good evening. I am so sorry I'm late and I canceled our live earlier, but I wanted to check in, say hello. We're gonna do a multitasking live where I'm just gonna be working on some stuff on my computer. We're gonna check in the chat and might even order some coffee. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. We are live streaming again on the new setup. So if you see me moving around, it's because I have dual monitors. I'm live streaming off the Sony VZ1, some shit like that. Okay, I'm so sorry about the confusion about today's live. I actually had no intentions of jumping on today, but I think I fumbled something on my calendar where I had written down on my calendar that today's live would be at 11 in the morning. And this morning, it just wasn't going to happen. I was out shipping. It took me 3 hours to ship orders. And I have so much stuff I'm working on behind the scenes that I knew I wasn't going to make it. So I tapped into the member wall and I let you guys know I wouldn't be making the earlier live. But then I realized that there was a scheduled live for today at 6. That was a flop. I don't know how that happened, but I had no intentions of being live tonight. But because I had that scheduled live, I jumped into the chat. I got emails. People were like, "Where is she? Is she okay?" So I did feel a little obligated to get on here and just check in with you guys. What I had planned for this evening was to set some time aside to just organize. I have not had like a reset day with my work stuff since a couple of weeks ago where I've had court, I've had exams, a bunch of online orders, and I'm just trying to regroup. So I actually crashed today. I do this thing where I overwork myself and I spread myself so thin, and eventually my body just gets to a point where it says no more, and I literally physically crash. So yeah, that's where we're at today. I'm just I didn't get to bed till 1 in the morning last night. Our Zoom call went till midnight last night. I'm just tired. I was tired. I'm sorry. And then today I was just like, I don't want to go live if I don't have like something substantial to cover, and like I just feel like I need to regroup a little bit and organize. I just haven't had the time. I feel really overwhelmed with a lot of things. One of them, I'm working on a court appeal that's due tomorrow. And that's just been taking all of my mental headspace. So I'm sorry. I'm just not 100 mentally and physically today. Patreon was so lit. I feel hungover from Patreon last night, honestly. And then Celine, so today she called me again. While I was shipping, and I was like, fuck. I spent another hour with her while I was shipping. And like I'm just mentally drained. I'm mentally drained. I didn't want to get on live earlier, one, because I wasn't going to be home on time, and I want to bring you guys the business, okay? I need to bring you guys the business. I need a day to regroup and reorganize. I need to relaunch my shit, okay? And I've just had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. The Yesenia case has me fucked up as well, like just trying to meet some deadlines. So just please be patient with me. Trust the process. I promise you tea is coming. But tonight we're just gonna kick it, okay? I have nothing substantial to cover. So if you're expecting anything crazy, maybe stop in tomorrow. So what I'm going to be doing tonight is just working on some back end stuff like my thumbnails, structuring my lives for the rest of the week, and also working on some content on other platforms. And I'm just going to do that simultaneously while and we should do that every once in a while. Is not a bad idea. I thought like maybe I could do like a multitasking live every so often, make it a thing. But before we get started, I'm also going to pin to the top of the chat if you want to join our memberships, or send in the first TTS. I appreciate you getting on and giving us an update. Thank you. I'm not the type to I hate committing to something and not showing up, or at least letting you guys know, which I thought I did that earlier, but also once I saw that I had scheduled a live for today at 6, I was like, fuck. I have to clock in a little bit. So we're just gonna chill together. This is called mirroring. What's mirroring? So sad I missed last night. So honestly, this week's lives haven't been very eventful. We haven't covered anything crazy. We've just kind of been. Yesterday we mainly talked about Twitch. We did a little bit hee hee ha ha at the end, but I do intend to map out our lives a little bit better, like we had been doing. We're gonna jump back on track with the series. So the video is getting taken down. Me sacó de onda un poco, and it disorganized what I had going on. But we're gonna. If I don't, si no alcanzo todo tonight, at least tomorrow morning, I will spend a couple hours just structuring everything. Okay? So, yeah. I honestly didn't have much planned. Like, I'm just so disorganized. I feel really disorganized right now. I feel emotionally overwhelmed. So what I wanted to do was mainly live stream off my Sony BZ1 tonight. I really enjoying the quality. I love this camera. I'm actually kind of sad I've been sleeping on it because it's been sitting in my drawer since I started for years. Okay, I've been using it for like my YouTube sit down videos. Also, I'm waiting for a bunch of stuff to arrive because I've been shopping like crazy on Amazon to revamp my live space. Just like my equipment, my mic. I bought a new mic. I bought a new mic arm. I bought some lighting. So I'm in the process of revamping. I'm in like a under construction type shit for my platforms. Okay, so I'm working also on eventually launching Twitch. All that is coming together very nicely. Mirror having people around while you work keeps you working. Oh, okay. Yeah. Quality is so much better. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how much the quality improved with just this camera. The only thing I don't love is the placement, but also I did order a camera mount so that I can move this camera to where I had it up here so that when I'm working on my computer, it looks like I'm looking at you guys instead of you guys seeing the side of me. No, say that just feels funny. I feel like that's something you see a lot with gamers where they're gaming and you'll see them looking like this. But I only have a little tripod right now. So I'm just waiting on some stuff to arrive so that I can revamp, maximize my space. And tap into our live streaming days. Okay, Annie, hear me out. We need a neon light and peak. Okay, hear me out, where the shell's on the way. I did order some neon lights so that it's more like live streaming. I ordered some panel lights. I'm also gonna order like some. They're called, I forget what they're called, but they're like these neon lights that you paste on the wall because the lighting has a lot to do with your live stream quality. Trust me, I've been studying all the live stream stuff over the weekend. So I have neon lights arriving. I have just a bunch of accessories that will improve the quality of our live streams, not just the camera, but the lighting is very important. Have you thought about an assistant? Yes, my daughter is in training, but she's putting me a little bit behind. She's in the training process. Last night, I got an email. One of the orders that she packaged, she sent out the wrong items. So, I had to refund the whole order. So I'm training her, right? She's onboarding. So it's expected she's going to have some slip ups, but I'm just in such a rush. And I'm like, sometimes training an assistant, it makes me have more work, and it's not even taking off my workload. It's giving me more work than if I just do the damn thing myself, right? So yeah, even onboarding Maya has been very time consuming, and I've had to, clean up some of her errors, but she's learning. She's doing good. It's all a process. So I'm in the process of training an assistant, and which will be Maya. The idea is that she eventually takes over the whole online shop. For example, today took me 3 fucking hours to ship 20 packages. The new shipping process ever since the Trump tariffs is crazy. Like, it's so much more paperwork. It's so much more expensive. It damn near doubled. And I hadn't doubled. I did like a test shipping last week and everything seemed like not too crazy. But for some reason this week the prices went doubled to ship. So now I have to reprice my online shop. Like, I'm just in the process of also reopening the shop with all the new shipping bullshit that the Trump administration placed. There's a bunch of more paperwork, like it took me 3 hours to ship today. And that's going to be the standard process time now. Like, So everything is just too much. Should I order some coffee? I don't want to because yesterday I ordered coffee and I was fucking wired till 1 in the morning, which is part of the reason why I'm desvelada today. And then in the morning when I woke up, I didn't drink any. I haven't had any coffee today, which is part of why I've been on my ass, and I haven't been. Just didn't have no fucking energy. So, how long have you been on? Not very long, just a few minutes. I kept checking every 30 minutes. See, I don't like having people waiting on me, which is why I jumped on. I saw a bunch of you in the chat and I was like, oh fuck, you know what? The pink drink actually sounds good. You ain't gotta tell me twice. I just need something. I need something to just sip on. Water would be great too, but maybe not. Let's do pink drink. We always get in trouble. You'll need good sleep. Okay, I have a confession to make as well. And this is why I felt like I had to come on, but I took a nap today. Okay. I took a nap today. And today was a day where my body said, you need to stop. And I spent all morning shipping. I went to do my grocery haul. I took care of lunch. And then I just crashed. My body was literally begging for sleep today. I don't like that. I don't like that I lose balance. I haven't been going to the gym. I need to do a complete self-care reset, like ASAP. Starting with the fucking pink drink, okay? Thank you. I had a cake pop today. I will need a nap. Yes. No, seriously, Brother Chill. I woke up and I was like, wait, somebody emailed me. And they're like, should we keep waiting? And I was like, Felly, Bestie Felly. I don't know what username she has on here, but somebody emailed me, should we keep waiting? And I was like, what are you waiting for? So I jumped on YouTube and I was like, fuck, there was a scheduled live today at 6 when it was supposed to be at 11, the one that I postponed. So I was like, fuck, there's people in the chat, I gotta jump on. So yeah, okay, I just ordered a pink drink. So let's be productive. Number one, let me work on... Gotta think I'm gonna relaunch this fucking shit. I need to make some thumbnails for the relaunch, which I hope to do tomorrow. So tomorrow I have consults in the evening. Si me pongo las pilas en la mañana, I'll take a look. Let me start organizing myself for the morning. What I'm gonna do in the morning. Nap is always, no, I feel bad, but I had to. So tomorrow I'm going to catch up on content. I haven't posted anywhere. I haven't posted on Insta. I haven't posted on TikTok. I haven't posted on YouTube. So I'm going to, oh, and I also have to do my OnlyFans drop. Okay. Then Thursday I'll spend doing admin stuff. Friday we're doing a marathon, okay? Friday we're doing a marathon. At least 4 to 5 hours on Friday. So be prepared. Friday we're gonna have some good shit on Friday. And Twitch is growing. I haven't even checked into Twitch. I'm waiting to launch my first Twitch live once I get all the like stuff that I've been ordering from Amazon. Once I have my lighting, all of that. I move this over here. So yes, Twitch, or I think probably next week we'll launch on Twitch. Friday I'm scheduled to start at 4 p.m. minimum, and I might even start earlier. So Friday we're gonna be on at least 4 to 5 hours on Friday. Are you gonna watch the game on Thursday? Yes, we are. My kids don't have school on Thursday, so you know what? Thursday is when I'm gonna spend doing all my back end admin stuff. Yeah. I'm just overwhelmed because I've had a lot of like imprevistos. Like, I'm somebody that works heavily off my agenda, and when things come up that are not in my agenda, I spaz out. Yesterday on Patreon call, perfect example. And then I've had a lot of stuff. Anytime I'm doing court stuff, there's a lot of things that just aren't planned that come up. I've been trying to catch up on the series. Is one of the lives replays the one where Julie gets served? Yes. she had that video taken down. So I'm going to be relaunching that series hopefully this week, which is what I'm supposed to be doing right now, is restructuring that relaunch. So there will be a new Julia series. We're going to start all over from episode 1. I'm rooting for Korea. I have the Korea cup. Look! Oh my gosh, this is actually perfect. Are we playing Korea? I don't even know who we're playing. Okay, so Thursday, this is Mexico barista. This is Korea barista. So if we're playing Korea, this would be perfect. So also, quick reminder, I'm doing an Instagram wheel. Pick a bear, $10 gets you on the wheel as many times as you want. You could do multiple entries, and winner will select either the Korea barista or the Mexico soccer barista. I'm off work for Friday the Juneteenth. Oh, I forgot it was Juneteenth. And then Father's Day is coming up. Korea versus Mexico. Oh my gosh, that's actually so perfect. What's the Korean cup? Yeah, so this pink barista is from the Korea release. She's a foreign little baddie, okay? And she's going to be hanging out with her Mexican boyfriend on Thursday. Girlie, take care of yourself always. No, yes, I did today, which is why I just said fuck everything and I need to take a nap. I didn't say fuck everything. I took care of what I needed to take care of. I shipped everything. If you had an online order placed on my shop, you should have received a tracking email this afternoon. So I'm all caught up on my online shop with the exception of one order.
Be good to yourself. Take a break if you need to. Also, thank you for all the content. Your lives make my day at work fly by.
Oh, thank you so much, bestie. Sorry, I didn't see I had my titis at the bottom. Thank you so much, Magalia. I appreciate you. I'm glad that you guys enjoy them as much as I do. Oh, I need to make the money sign bigger. Bigger. The four baddie. She is. 15 minutes and I want notified. You know what, guys? Fuck it. I'll prep tomorrow, okay? I'll prep tomorrow, I promise. Tomorrow in the morning when my mind is fresh. Yeah, sometimes I just gotta postpone things, okay? Also, we gotta do a giveaway. We're gonna do our member giveaway this month is going to be a barista, I believe. I can't decide. Yes. Would you consider auctioning the cups? I don't know about auctioning, but I want to do something. I have a ton of soccer baristas, and they're still at the store. Like they did not sell out this year or here. So I'm the other thing I have on my list to do is to drop our YouTube giveaway. Let me add that to my list tomorrow. So YouTube giveaway for June will drop tomorrow, and I'll have to get creative with that. We all need reset. I usually do reset days on Sunday, but because I had court on Friday, I did nothing but think about court over the weekend, and I spent all Saturday or all Sunday fucking like being obsessed about my live setup, shopping on Amazon, moving stuff around, bringing in my dual laptop. So I did not do a reset day this weekend, and I definitely felt it today. All right, our Starbucks is on the way. Better late than never. Yes. I'm a guy invested on the Marrana Paradas chisme. Marrana Paradas chisme. Are you referring to torta? Are you referring to tortellini with that? Okay. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Okay, thumbnails. I need to relaunch. What did we decide the green card series is going to be relaunched to? The Serb series? All right. We did the YouTube super chat alert. Welcome, brother. I hope wins the member giveaway. My girl deserves a bear cup. Butterflies. Wait, guys. So what are we titling? Bessie, how's the weather in PB right now? It's muggy. It's the beginning of reading season. Okay, help me create a new thumbnail to relaunch the green card series for Julia. Are we gonna stick to calling it the green card series? No, I feel like we should call it like the biggest bully series. I feel like this series will cover some of her stuff with like Jacoby and stuff, but Jacoby, Torta, the fact that I have a cute little nickname for your man, how's that make you feel? No, I feel like this series should focus on her history of online bullying that has resulted in the protective order case, and then we'll of course tie in the fraud with the green card and all of that. So I feel like the title name to this series should be something revolving like the history of online. A ver. The series will focus on a content creator's history of online bullying resulting in felony stalking and order. There was a title you said would serve, and I remember it. Our slogan was gonna be "The soft life just got a little hard." Remember, that was gonna be like the subtitle, but we need a title. Okay. That's going to be the focus of the series. Serving Harassment Chronicles. Torta blocked me. I commented buying jewelry while having GoFundMe is crazy on her latest video. The soft serve, the biggest bully series. I like the biggest bully because, come on, she is. A ver, ChatGPT is giving me some examples. Main title: the Juliaaag111 files. Subtitle: a timeline of online conflict claims and consequences. Hey, that's a good one. Or second option, an investigation style. Main title: Juliaaag111 the timeline, from online drama to real world fallout. Or the next title: Digging Deep, Juliaaag111. Or Juliaaag111 the series. So Candace's series, what did we call it? What did we call the Candace series? The Candace series. Did we title the Candace series anything? It was just the La Guarita 70 series. So you know what? Oh, Digital Bully Diaries. That's good. I think the series should be named after the creator, the Juliaaag111 series. And then the subtitle... Digital Bully Diaries. Okay, I like the title of Juliaaag111. Digging deep, Digging deep into the crevices, Juliaaag111. Shut up. This was ChatGPT had an idea of Digging Deep, Juliaaag111. Subtitle: Content, Controversy, and Community Impact. Or the Juliaaag111 series, following the digital footprints. That's it. Hey, I like that one. Exposing Juliaaag. I gotta be careful because some of those titles could flag some potential issues. Mind you, we're already dealing with a super sensitive Sally that's going to be reporting for anything. So from behind the closet, the overgrowth. Now you guys, come on. I need you guys to think bigger. Think bigger so that an audience that has no knowledge of Julia, if they come across a thumbnail and they read serving the Tortinator, they're gonna be like, who the fuck is the Tortinator, right? So we have to come up with something that somebody blind to this would come across and be like, oh, Julia, right? So I think Pastelito Dion. Digging Deep. I like the title of Digging Deep. Julia G. The Julia G. Just that. The Julia G series. Digital Diaries. What if my series is called The Digital Diaries and then Julia G111? It's going to have a mention of the slogan's going to be the soft life just got a little hard. But I like the Digital Diaries following the digital footprints. Incorporate public records. You know who I haven't heard from? Travis County Police Reports. They're taking for fucking ever. Here's one. The Julia G111 Series, Digital Diaries, a deep dive into public records, digital footprints, and online history. Slogan, the soft. We'll save that for one of I'll save it for one of the episodes. I'm currently in Plano, Texas. Okay. The slogan definitely has a punch and fits the documentary drama investigation vibe of the series. Yeah. The Julia G101 series, Digital Diaries, tagline. The soft life just got a little hard. Episode banner served, or episode 1 served. That's going to be a strong episode. That's what we're going to do for episode 1, is we're going to do the service. I'll create the thumbnail. Thank you so much, Busty.
At Zork_the_dark_1 sent $5 chisme box. Why is it called running for president and not walking for president? Thoughtful face emoji. These are the real questions, people.
Because it's a race. Because they're competing. That's my thought. Stream elements. Alright, let me show you guys what... Do you guys want to see my screen? Receipts to delete. Me, the investigator. What I think I'm gonna do with this series is I'm gonna stream it simultaneously on Twitch in case we have any issues ever taking it down. The backup will be on Twitch. That's what I have in mind. Sorry, I'm looking for some images to throw onto my thumbnail. A beer cake. How about targeted? The digital diary of Julia G. I like the digital diary idea because we will be covering a lot of her digital footprint. Digital scars? That's actually not a bad idea because yes. Because yes, bitch, she left all of us traumatized, traumadas, con cicatrices digitales. Alright, let's see what ChatGPT. I want to show you guys what I'm doing over here. A ver. Video, no, cancel. Display capture, ultra G wide. Okay, so this is what I have ChatGPT. And yes, I've been having ChatGPT work. Oh, ChatGPT's been doing most of my thumbnails. Okay, so it's working. No, not the digital hoof. Oh, come on. Okay, so we're so sorry, but the image we created may violate our guardrails around harassment, discrimination, or similar prohibited content. If you think it's... Okay, let me... No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. A ver. Branch a new chat. Pinche torta. Tienes más protección que el pinche chapo, güey. A ver. Alright, just hold on, Juliaaag. Just hold on. De mí no te vas a escapar. Tiembla, torta, tiembla. A ver, where is that? Look, now I gotta scroll all the way back up. I really like that picture of me on that live with Yesenia holding up the cell phone with her face on it. Soft life, hard truths. No, but seriously. Here we go. Here we go. This. Okay. Add to the thumbnail. And then let's see. Okay, ChatGPT is trying to incorporate her into the thumbnail. The troll behind the camera. Well, as much as I want to troll her on the thumbnail, there are some guidelines, and anything, I can't make a thumbnail like saying she's a stalker, right? Because presumption of innocence type shit, like it comes off as accusatory. So I like this one. I like it. I like it a lot. Episode 1. Okay, hold on. Remove. I like it, but I want it to remove episode 1. This is it right here. I like this one. This is perfect for the Juliaaag. Put her her pic from yesterday. What's yesterday? Oh, the live. She was, you know what? I hadn't realized the bitch actually has dropped some weight. She was huger back then. She was huger. Aww. Oh, you guys are so... Okay, sorry. Torta ahogada from Soft Life. Okay, so this is going to be this is it. Let me put it into the Julia G file folder. All right. This is good, guys. Really, this is all I needed was a little bit of time to structure it. You've been lucky, Torta. You've been fucking lucky. I've been running a little bit low of time, and I've been having to wing some stuff. But exactly what I needed to do was just to do a little bit of structuring. We're going to bring in the whiteboard for part 1 as well. Very Julia G. Branding and thumbnails. Branding and thumbnails. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. That's going to be the intro. Okay, now create an episode 1 with the subtitle served. This episode will focus on her being served for a case involving felony stalking. Peppa Pig's downfall. Not too much on Peppa Pig, okay? I love me some Peppa Pig. Mentiras from Austin. You guys are funny. You guys could not be in charge of this, okay? You'd be in trouble so fast. You'd be flagged for guidelines with the quickness. Now, who brought Peppa Pig into this? Don't do Peppa Pig like that. She's cute. Okay, so our intro, again, is going to have to focus on who Julia is. The fact I'm having to go back to episode 1 is pissing me off. Okay, anyway, that's going to be my plan is we're going to stream simultaneously. We're going to use an image of when she actually got served on her live stream. Not the Mama Bubba Diaries. Hang on, my coffee's here. Okay, 1 second. Annie, it's for... I remember her. If they type in 3, it'll pop up to 4. Malo que fueran de más. Okay. I'm going to add the picture of me in the pink sheriff hat. Okay, and then what date was she served on her live stream? Julie Garcia, make her with an update from like she's an obsession.
Did you get cake pops?
No, mommy, I didn't. I'm sorry. Next time, okay? Sorry, that's twice she asked me for cake pops. You know, but I go now.
You know what I find so hard, Mom?
What, buddy?
Being this handsome.
Okay. You know what I find even harder, son?
What?
When you get after school detention. Hey, it's raining. Oh, I need a tip.
K-pops?
No, amor, hoy no.
Oh.
Perdón. Para la próxima, ¿sale? Te lo prometo. Okay, cheers, besties. Let me shut my door. It's kind of dark in here, no? Alright. No, I kind of like the dark vibe a little bit better. Okay. And me as the sheriff. Some of the prompts I be giving ChatGPT are so half-assed. I asked it, replace the image with an image of her being served on her live stream and me as the sheriff in the pink hat.
At Belon in
Oh,
4F
thank you,
sent
bestie.
$9.99 cheese Maybox.
Muchas gracias.
Boom roasted Andre. Smiley face emoji.
Oh, can I tell you guys what happened with... Oh, I was so pissed. With his detention. He told me... Okay, tell me whose fault this is, okay? So you guys know he had after-school detention. He let me know on the weekday. We arranged... And mind you, the after-school detention is on a Saturday, okay? We arranged his transportation. Henry was going to take him. Well, I completely forgot about it. He didn't remind me Friday night. And Saturday morning, he woke up at 8 o'clock. Well, like 10 minutes to 8. Mind you, he's supposed to be there at 8. Long story short, he forgot to tell us. He forgot to put his alarm. We got there at 8:05 and they didn't let him in because he was late. Okay. I was so mad that he was irresponsible with his after school detention. And now he has to do double. And I'm mad because I'm like, this is like a punishment for the parents too, because we're the ones that have to get him there. But am I wrong? And so me and Henry got into it and he was like, well, we didn't get into it, but he was like sticking up for him. Henry always sticks up for the kids. Always. I hate it. He never has, well, sometimes he has my backs, but most of the time he sticks up for the kids and tells me that I shouldn't like give them consequences. I shouldn't punish them. And Henry was like, it's all of our faults because we all forgot. Aquí todos parejos. You can't be mad at him because you forgot too. And I'm like, it's not my after school detention. Why should I have to remember? He should have reminded me Friday night. I made arrangements to get him transportation. It wasn't my job to get him up on Saturday morning. That was his job. And he didn't. And he woke up late. So why are we all taking the blame? And he was just like, it's not a big deal. It was all of our faults. Come on. We all forgot. And I'm like, but it's his job. So I was super strict, and like I would not lay off the fact that he needs to have a consequence for this because I already didn't give him a consequence for having detention, right? Henry talked me into it. Like, look, he's already being reprimanded by the school. He's yes, thank you because Henry was fighting me on this, and he just kept saying, okay.
At Mars Reyes Hernandez sent $20 cheese Maybox.
Thank you, bestie.
It's his fault. He's a young adult, and it's his consequence for messing up at school.
Yes, that's exactly what I told Henry because Henry was arguing with me that like, look, we all forgot. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not our job to remember. That's his responsibility. He's not 9 or 8, he's 15. And mind you, this is the consequence. Like, he's already in trouble. It was like a double whammy, right? So then Henry was like, all right, well then since you forgot, I'm going to punish you too. And I'm not taking you coffee to work today, right? Because he always brings me coffee or school, I mean. And, I was like, but that's not fair. He's like, well, he's like, we all make mistakes. You're punishing him for making a mistakes. And I was like, no. I said, we have to teach him how to be a responsible adult because he's 15 years old. He should have gotten up. Like, he already got off clean. I already cut him a break by not giving him any punishment at home. But now he just not taking this shit serious. So now we got to take him double. So now we have 4 fucking Saturdays where I got to take him to detention because he didn't remember. No, and I was like, sometimes I gotta be the bad guy, but to create responsible kids, they gotta have consequences. You can't just be blowing off Saturday detention. Henry's logic is, thank you. But I do appreciate that he's always batting for the kids. He does always bat for the kids, and that's why they like him. But I'm like, yeah, I'm like, this is not everybody's fault. This is not my fault. This is not my detention. I'm like, I got a lot of shit going on. Like, it's his job to remember. Just like it's their jobs to remember, like, their volleyball games. Anytime they have things to do that I need to take him, I tell them, you got to make sure it's on my calendar or it's not happening. But I do agree that the detention is very unreasonable. The after-school detention is stupid. Like, the reason why he got detention is very minute, right? He got detention for doing shit like wearing dress shoes while playing soccer. One of the detentions was for cheating with ChatGPT, so I agree with that one. But the other one was just for stupid things that had accumulated points. This is good. This is good. This is such a cute thumbnail. Okay, sorry, off topic, but look. Somebody take a look at this. That's cute, no? Me with my pink sheriff. I'm having so much fun already. I can't wait to relaunch this series. Okay, let's do episode 1. Let me download. Oh, it gave her way too many viewers though. It clocked her at 1,000 viewers. That was not. She did not have no 1,000 viewers. That's cute though. Okay, can we give it up for ChatGPT? You are hereby notified case involving felony stalking. That's cute. I like it. I like it, Picasso. Okay, so YouTube, no, Juliaaag111, branding and thumbnails. Rename. Intro. Okay, so far we have enough for 2 episodes. And then we're going to also do an episode for like her family history. Do an illustration of the door knocking. Here, let me resize this so you guys can see it better. Screen 2. That's a really cute thumbnail. I like this. I like this a lot. The soft life just gotta have AI change the views. It's okay. We'll let her have it. She needs something. 1.3 views is insane. We're like 200. It's okay. We're not gonna fight over the views. Okay, so the next episode I want to be like, okay, oops. Now create episode 2. Shit, but I gotta time this. We're gonna have to cram out 2 episodes this week because court is around the corner. By the time the court hearing, I don't want to be focusing on family life during the court hearing. So also I haven't even checked on the case online. Can't we collectively get another name for her so we don't say her name so we don't get reported? It's just, I feel because I'm creating like a reporting series, I feel like it's appropriate to call her by her name. We don't have to say her last name, but that's why I used her handle, Julia G. I feel like because although we have a lot of funny nicknames for her, in the actual series where I'm deep diving into records and, we're covering real life things, I feel like it's appropriate to call her by her name, which is Julia. You know, and that's also how people are going to identify her in this series. It's not everyone's going to know what her nickname is for her, right? So these episodes, the lives that we do regrouping from the episodes, yeah, we could call her whatever we want. But in the actual episodes where I'm covering things, public records, timelines, I do think it's appropriate to call her by her name. Also, I do intend to stream simultaneously on Twitch. In the event we have any issues with the takedown again, for whatever reason, because I'm sure she's going to be on our heels like she was last week. So we can have it saved on both platforms. So I'll be putting the GoPro to work. I'm going to live stream from my laptop through my GoPro for Twitch, and then YouTube will use this setup. Are you making a documentary? Maybe. Create episode 2. So episode 2 will be, well, how should we do this? Should episode 1, I feel like we're doing this backwards. I feel like episode 1 should be digging into the family life, the green card files, and then episode 2 should be the served. Because that way we're not hopping back and forth, because obviously we're going to spend more time covering like the court case and all the bullying and all that stuff. The green card files is just going to be one episode. So I already did episode 1 though. The green card files, subtitle, married for papers at 17. And include image of her and her husband with blurred faces. All right, does anybody have Jacoby? A picture of Jacoby? I don't think I have anything that I've saved on here. I need pictures of her and Jacob. Do I have Güey, están bien cute, están bien feos. I want to say que están curiosos, pero ni curiosos, pues si están a la verga, están bien feos. Sorry. Episode 1 background, episode 2 serving. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Okay. More actions, branch a new chat. You're right. The family life has to be episode 1. Just create this same thumbnail, but make it episode 1. No, episode 2. Okay. Why would immigration oversee the fact that she was a minor? That's very interesting that in the green card files, it was completely... They obviously purposely kept it out. Her age was never mentioned by them because they're the ones filing for the benefit and they don't want to raise any red flags. But it is interesting that... And maybe that's something that came up during the interview that we don't know about because it's not documented. Episode 1 should be a family deep dive. Episode 2 should be about her bullying people online and why behind her getting served. I agree. So I am going to make the served. So look, we just updated it. It will be episode 2. And then I'll do episode 1 as a family. I agree. I concur. To keep up. So the intro, there's going to be an intro. And that intro is going to be a few hours long. The intro is going to be like who she is, a little bit of her backstory and her digital footprint into social media. Episode 1, well, no. And then the intro will be who she is, a little bit of her digital footprint, and why we're covering the series. Okay. And then episode 1 will dive right into the family history. Okay, New Finder window. Branding and thumbnails. Intro. Okay, so we have episode 2 served. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to the family request. If you're getting a job, I can help make it natural and focused. For example, the green card files. Yes, created. She was groomed. Yeah, but for guidelines purposes, we have to be strategic with what's on the thumbnail. We can't put Julia G groomed by her husband, right? We can't put Julia G committed immigration fraud for obvious reasons. Because it is just like it's alleged. We're gonna use her favorite punchline at the intro of all these videos. All of this is alleged for court purposes. We all know how much she loved saying alleged, 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 alleged. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, ChatGPT, you made her way too skinny. Okay. Okay, she's add 200 pounds to the woman. What the fuck? The mom probably signed for her. The mom did a lot of things. Also, do I have any Roachies in here? Dear Roachies. Dear Darla, I hate your stinking guts. Dear Roachies, could you please find, or if you have in your archives of records, I'm looking for clips of her live streams that contain any information about her family, her dynamics with her mom, her dynamics with the brothers, her dynamics with maybe friends and the sisters. And I want to make this part of episode 1. Things that we haven't covered. So, Torta, you fucked up because I feel like the first videos that I covered of her were not as structured, not as organized, and very just off the whim. But now since I got to do it again, I'm going to put more thought into it, more receipts into it, and more coverage. And I want to go as far as to bring in clips of her live streams where she talks about any of her family dynamics. So if you have any, I don't think Rochi's here today. So look, I this was the first ChatGPT, and I said add 200. I said add 200 pounds to the woman. But it doesn't look like her. I need it to look like her. A ver. Mom signed her over to a PDF and said, "Now that's your problem." There. Add a piece of cake. Sorry, I can't help locate a thumbnail that uses a real person's image in connections with the allegations of immigration fraud. Okay. Use the image for inspo. Not exactly. God damn it. ChatGPT is being too by the book for me right now. I really love this thumbnail. I love it. I love it a lot. I'm having a good time. This is going to be fun. Okay. Add a piece of cake, you are going to hell. Agarrados de la manita nos vamos a ir, okay? Yes, we are. Efectivamente sí, me iré al infierno. First class tickets. Muted, or is it me? No, I wasn't speaking. Okay. Oh, yes. This is good. What do you guys think? Wait, episode 2. Yes. Leave and come back. So I'm super excited to get my new mic and my new setup. Like, super. I like this little mic, but I've been watching all the content of like the pro live streamers, and all of them have like the neon mics with like lights and stuff, and that's what I want. That's what I want for us besties. A ver, okay. Can I tell you guys something completely off topic, but so I mentioned yesterday that I went to pick up the recordings from the court of my hearings with Jimmy. And in my last hearing on Friday, I took a very active role in the hearing. I addressed the court, I addressed the judge, I intervened multiple times, and I took the hearing over to one of my professors to ask him for a second opinion. And he got back to me today, and one of the things that he mentioned was how impressed he was. Like, he congratulated me for the way that I spoke during the hearing. And green card. Oh fuck! You know what? Hold on. He told me, he was like, I think with a little bit more. He's like, the way he worded it was pretty much saying like, you did a really good job with. I can't wait to see how you turn out once you're practicing, you know, and you've completed your education. But his compliment just made me feel like, oh my, can I read it to you guys? Can I read it to you guys? It's in Spanish. So I had given him the copy of the recordings just so he could give me a second opinion on some stuff that I have going on right now, in particular, and an appeal that I'm presenting to the court tomorrow. He said, el dominio en el micrófono por parte de usted me pareció magnífico. No quiero imaginarme con más experiencia y en una audiencia que usted sea la abogada defensora o asesora jurídica. Like, he said I dominated the mic, right? he said I did good. And honestly, when I watched it, and I'm going to show you guys these hearings. Just give me some time to edit them, because I do have to cut out certain things for privacy laws and stuff. But I do intend to post these court hearings to my member walls. And when I watched myself in court, I also was like, oh my gosh, I did so good. I did so good. You know, something we missed on episode 2 is, when are we covering the murderous brothers? That will be episode 3. Episode 3 will be a deep dive into the triplets, right? So, yes. Okay, I got it. Episode 2 will be the green card files, where we go into the family tree, we go into the relationships with the sisters, and we cover all the siblings. And then episode 3 is going to be the killer triplets. Claro que sí, como dice Gracie. Okay, so then, now episode 3 will cover a deep dive into her 2 siblings convicted for murder and serving prison sentences in Texas. I think the served episode should be last. Okay. Well, worst case, I can always drop the image into ChatGPT and just say change episode 2 to episode 3. So but I do. Maybe you're right. Maybe we should start intro, family history, the killer twins. But the green card files come before the killer twins. If we're going in chronological order, the green card stuff happened before the killer twins cases. So chronological order will be Killer Twins or episode 3. Also, I need to spend some time. There's one. And where is the other one? Green card files. Where is Manolo? Is A ver, I think that's Manolo. Yeah, the one that really looks like her is the other one. He was only 18. The one that hella looks like her, this one, was only 18. What a waste of human space. All right, let's see if ChatGPT is going to be funky about. Now, because they're convicted, that changes a little bit. Whereas, yeah, see, I can't create thumbnails or images that accuse, depict, or promote allegations about real people being murderers or criminals, even when accompanied by photo. If you're creating, a ver, they aren't allegations, they have been convicted. And it will be covering true crimes linked to this creator. Her being served should be last. I understand what you're describing may contain public record, however, I still held. Okay, so blur the images of their faces when creating the thumbnail. There you go. Uy, como chingas ChatGPT. Sarah, can help create. Okay, yes. Create a family records deep dive, but highlight the two cases of ay, como chingas. Okay. Pink and black. Blurred and unless people with no. Okay, create it. A ver, let's see. I'm just gonna say create it. Let's see what ChatGPT wants to make it like. I feel like the served episode hooks people for those that don't know who she is and will stay watching. Thank you, Ella. Yes, I do feel like the served right now, what's catchy is that court case, right? So the reason why I wanted to include the served at the beginning was part of my hook. It's what's trending. It's what people are talking about on social media is her getting served. So we'll drop that to intro and then we'll go into the family history, the digital footprint, and the history of everything. But you get me. That served. So how's this? This is good. Felony convictions and the truth revealed. Convicted. Okay, can you make the mugshots bigger and more focal? The genetics are ay, como chinga. Sorry, I can't edit. Which one do we prefer? This one or this one? I feel like the mugshots get lost in all the text.
At Kadir
Thank you,
169
bestie.
cent $9.99 cheese Maybox. Me and Hermosa para 2 cafecito. Red heart emoji.
Thank you so much, bestie. She sent me Ani cafecito. This series is going to be better than the Rosa de Guadalupe. Yes. I believe this series has a lot more juice to it, a lot more records to it. It's just a matter of organizing, and I think it's going to hit, especially with everything going on with the other court case, which was more tea than we had with Candace. A lot of the Candace stuff was very old, which is why people were so dismissive of it, but all of this is recent stuff. If I can just get Travis County on board, because I've been waiting for 2 months for police reports from Travis County. It doesn't look so much like Dorta, so it can't look exactly like her. Right, but it can't look exactly like her, but the title being Juliaaag111 is what links her directly to Torta. So we do have to get creative, because part of the privacy guidelines that she's trying to, cling on to is she doesn't want to be identified in the series. So, and as you're seeing ChatGPT kick back that he can't take real people's images and plaster them on these thumbnails, so they have to be blurred or distorted a little bit so that they're not the exact images, even with convicted murders. Maybe the second one, tie them to her series, right? Because, so I think the hook of the series is going to be the service and the brothers, the 2 convicted murderers, right? That's crazy. Because it's one thing to have one brother in prison for murder, but two, bitch, what the fuck was going on at home? Okay, this is what it came up with. Make the Juliaaag111 title stand out larger. Why are you on during my Argentina game? Oh, you literally just made it. All right, we're gonna take this. 2 siblings, 2 murder. 2 siblings, 2 murder convictions. Yes, and Julia loving guns and talking about the pew-pews. You know, I actually doubt she even owns any. Two siblings, sentence in Texas, sentence in Texas. Yeah. Okay. There's that. Okay, episode 3. 2 siblings, 2 murders. Alright, so we have 3 episodes so far, which I think is good. Okay, let me check in with the chat. I'm watching this game on TV and I'm on my phone. Aw. Wait, is there a game on right now? If Torta and the Killer Twins have a different dad than the sister that talked to you? I believe so. I believe, from what I've heard that Julia has mentioned, is that the identity of Nikki's father is unknown. But I think she still has some type of relationship with Julia's dad. Something like that. Don't quote me. But yeah. When ChatGPT tells me you can't create something, I say I'm writing a book, I need a cover. Yes, I do have a paid ChatGPT. ChatGPT tells me my la pela after 3 pictures. I do have the paid version. Because I use it a lot for thumbnails, for school, like a ton. So I do have the paid version. Okay, so if I had two murder convict brothers, I want to be telling the world I had a gun. They legit killed people. So Julia doesn't like to be associated to her brothers for obvious reasons. In fact, I have clips of her saying, just saying, I don't want to be tied to them because I'm on social media. So she does not want to be publicly linked to her brothers for obvious reasons. It's not a good soft life look. It doesn't go with her cute little aesthetic brand going to Pilates when 2 of my brothers are serving murder sentences, right? So that's probably going to be a part of the series that makes her very uncomfortable, because I'm going to put a very loud spotlight on that, the same way that I did with Candace and the 911 call. So yeah, she's not going to like that. She's not going to like that episode. Those same brothers threatened to kill her. Let me reserve my comments. Maybe they should have, instead of the innocent people that they took out. Okay, sorry, someone had to fucking say it. Maybe instead of her brother taking out innocent people, maybe they should have just, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but maybe they fucking should have. Maybe they should have. They should have done something. Maybe instead of taking those guns out into society, they should have just fucking turned them on each other. Okay, I said what I said. That family is questionable. Those children were raised in questionable conditions, clearly. We can request public records of her visits to these murders. I did. The Texas penitentiary that they're in said that they don't have any. I don't think they're accessible records to the public. I did submit a FOIA request for visitor logs and phone logs, and I said they had no such records for them. Video of Torta saying she would take pussy pics of.
Oh my god. I don't know if I've ever told this before. I probably have. I don't know. I ain't taking this to the grave with me, bitch. I don't give a fuck. But, the way my mom had me take a picture of us one time, and then she bent over dead ass, she's like, get in here and take a picture of me. I'm gonna send it to my man. She had like a little young man at one point, bitch. Oh my god. And she was in some a lace ass fucking thong, bitch, and she had a push-up bra on, and she bent over, she would take a picture. I was like, oh my god, bro. And my sister would have to do it for her too. I was like, bro, I can't. I fucking can't. I'm not lying, bro. I was like, I cannot fucking do this. So I took the picture. I was like, here, and it's not, I had already seen it. My mom was a naked mom. My mom, dead ass, like, she was
That's gross. So she was sexually abused as a child by her mother. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, like I don't know why you would make that shit public. Me da un poco de lástima, honestly, and I see why she has the issues that she does. I can see where some of her behaviors stem from, and honestly, this video, although it's gross, it's also just kind of sad. That is sexual abuse. So she grew up in a home riddled with sexual abuse. It is disturbing. It's actually doesn't surprise me anymore why her mother sold her off to a pedophile if her mom was engaging in sexual abuse of a child. That's really actually kind of sad. I don't know why she would make content on that. I mean, it's one thing to make content on, I guess, to bring awareness, but it just sounds like it's a lot of mom bashing behind a paywall. All right, I guess I did ask for you guys to send me any clips of her family dynamics. I was not prepared for that. Let me store that into my files of, that's going to go into the family video. That is weird. But, that kind of ties up some things about why she does certain things. Remember when I said, like, why would she be in possession of a video of somebody else? I mean, if she grew up around that type of shit, I guess it makes sense why she thinks that type of shit is okay. Come in. My what? No, oh, right here. Why she hates mothers and judges. Yes. Being a teen bride is nothing compared to what the mom did and said to her. We will use that just to cover family dynamics. I'm going to take you out of the water. That's a fun fact. Beast. It doesn't excuse her behavior. And my goal is not to excuse her behavior, but sometimes it gives context. I'm a very empathetic person, sadly. I couldn't watch a clip like that and then blame it on her, right? She was a child that was subject to that is sexual abuse. A mother having their child take sexually explicit photos of them is sexual abuse, very much so. And that is just really sad that she was subjected to that. And it gives you context of what type of household she was raised in and maybe why her brothers ended up in prison for murder. And again, this is content that she's creating and sharing, right? So although it might be an uncomfortable topic, this is stuff that you have brought to the internet. So if somebody, remember what she said in yesterday's video when she was justifying her making comments on my private life that I hadn't shared. She was like, well, you can't expect people to come at you. That's what happens when you come on social media. So unfortunately, this is just going to be commentary on things that she has herself made public. And let me tell you something. When you are creating content behind a paywall, that doesn't mean it's private content. Okay? Once you click post and you put it into the realm of the internet, it is not private content. Like, you're putting it out there because you can no longer control what somebody does with it. Just like, look, now it's on my phone. How did it get here? I'm not a paid member, right? But your members grab that private content and publicize it, and then that narrative about your family is out there.
At Angel Adelito 2747 cents,
Angela, thank you so much.
99 cents cheese Maybox.
You know what's crazy? I always said she had deep mommy issues, always. Before I knew anything about her, before I did any type of deep dive, like, I always knew she had deep mommy issues. The way she expressed so much hate towards single mothers, the way she would talk shit about certain topics, the mommy shaming, the mommy criticizing, heavy on the mommy stuff. Like, I knew that bitch carried some heavy mommy issues. Never did I think they went that deep to where she was sexually abused by her own mother. That is crazy. Yeah. I think she sees her members as real friends, which is sad because they're not. Like, look, I'm going to assume this is one of her member lives because we know this is not the content she posts publicly, right? All these fucking lives that she does in the corners of her house with her fucking in her closet. God, the focus on this camera is crazy work, right? So this is not content. Look, let me finish
a naked, crunchy mom. Like, we lived in the fucking rancho, and she straight up would walk around naked, or she would just have those little moo-moos on, and like, she didn't give a fuck if people came over. My mom, dead ass, never wore bras until she left my dad. Like, she would wear bras when we went out, but like, she would have her fucking titties sagging. Like, she didn't give a fuck. I remember we'd have barbecues, bro. I'd be like, Mom, why? Put a fucking bra on, bitch. And she was like, I'm home. This is my home. I'm like, Mom.
Oh, I'm curious. Like, what's the date of this? Was this before Mom passed away or after? That's also wild work, okay? Regardless of, well, no, I take that back. I don't feel that way anymore because now that there's sexual abuse allegations, I used to say, regardless of what her mom did, that's her mom. And she is factually, but I guess I can kind of understand why she talks so much shit on her mom. And now I understand why she said her mom was a hoe in the green card files. If you were abused to that degree by your mother, I can empathize for why you are so disrespectful about her publicly. And I'm not even mad about it anymore. If your mother sexually abused you, if these things are true, by the way, which unfortunately we will never know because the mom passed away. But I think it also falls in line with, as much as she criticizes, like, she gets so butthurt when people talk about her mom, but then you're constantly talking about your mom on your content. So naturally, people are going to make comments about your mom because you're bringing her into a public space or private in your paywall. But it's putting those narratives out about a person that is no longer here. So I've seen a lot of people be like, oh, you shouldn't talk about her mom because she passed away. Well, if she's still creating content about the topic of her mother, which one of them being very serious allegations of her being sexually abused by her mother, like, I don't know. I think that's just as distasteful. Take that shit to therapy, bitch. That's probably something you should be talking about in therapy, not on the internet, especially because she has siblings. Imagine being Torta's sibling, watching her make these videos. And she even said, she even did it. My siblings had to do it too. Okay, so now you've made it public knowledge that your siblings were also sexually abused. Were they okay with that? Are they like, do you understand how invasive that is to their privacy? That you're on here blasting these family issues of sexual abuse, talking shit about their mother as well that has now passed away, and maybe they feel differently. Maybe they actually love their mom. Who knows? We don't know what relationships she had with her other children, but this is what I'm talking about and why I feel empathy for her sisters and her family, because I'm like, imagine being related to Julia when she's on here selling all of your family trauma and dragging in your mother that's passed away, that can't defend herself. Imagine what it must be like for her sisters. Yes, how embarrassing it is for her sisters to watch Julia get on here and openly tell her audience that they've been sexually abused by their mother. Like, yeah, we didn't need to know that. We didn't need to know that Nikki's dad is, she doesn't know who her dad is. Like, that's just so disrespectful, in my point of view, to bring in your family that doesn't have a choice to expose such sensitive matters for your own fucking coin. And that tells you how disloyal she is. I don't care what. I know she comes from a very dysfunctional family, but why would you do that? Like, and this is what I'm talking about and why she ends up in pickles with people, because you talk about shit that isn't yours to talk about. You make narratives and story times out of people's personal private matters and you sell that shit. And then you don't understand why people get fucking mad at you. You don't understand why your sister gets on a live stream with me trying to put an end to all of it. You know, that is some low shit. Like, it's not even about the mom. Like, it's, you are bringing in your siblings' integrity. You are putting them on blast. Like, you just told the internet that your sisters were sexually abused by your mother as well. Like, why don't just talk about your shit, right? But you go even farther to say, and my sisters too. And mind you, even if you were only talking about your stuff, like, that's their mother too that passed away, that they're probably still grieving and whatever, you know, stuff is there, that they're having to watch you talk shit about their mother. It's no wonder why they don't fuck with her. I wouldn't fuck with her either, honestly. But yes, you're right. Her trauma is very much her responsibility. We all have things that we went through. We all have childhood trauma, but take that shit to therapy. Probably better, you know. We can all have excuses for why we are the way that we are. We can all find an excuse from our childhood to justify being shitty humans. We could all do that shit, me included. Yeah. They might have forgiven her or worked their trauma. Yeah. I do know that. I think Nikki came off like she had a closer relationship with the mom. And like I said, like that's just not her business. Like, Torta publicizing her siblings' trauma is kind of gross. It's also gross that you're telling us about that. Like, it's in the context that it's being told, right? Like, if she was somebody that was like advocating against child SA or something, you can take your experiences and create like meaningful content. You can advocate through your own trauma, but that's not what Torta does with hers. She just sells it for chisme and views and likes, and is a way to disparage her own family members, including her mother that's passed away. Does anyone know what the mom passed away from? No, but we read even in the green card files that she had some health conditions. It looks like she struggled with her health for a few years, even as far back as to when Julie was still a teenager. She doesn't talk about her bros because she's scared of them. No. She doesn't talk about her brothers because she knows that it would taint her online reputation. Period. And she said it. I have clips of her saying why she doesn't want to be involved, why she doesn't talk about them. She doesn't talk about her brothers because she knows it's not good for her online reputation. Period. Has nothing to do with being scared of them. In fact, she even said when they get out, she would help them. Should we jump ahead a little bit? The other thing that I have to do is I need to organize all my receipts on her, including all the clips I have so I can easily drop them into our series. But I do have a clip of her where she talks about how her brothers make her sad, and maybe one day when they get out, she can help them. But right now, because she's on social media, it's not good for her to be linked with. That's literally verbatim what she says. Look. But I'm jumping a little bit ahead. Okay, I'm going to show you some stuff. Cam number 2. Jump scare. Are you ready for this? Jump scare. Ah! So this is killer brother number 1 in question. Does this not remind you of the times that Julia on her live stream has freely joked around about being trigger ready? Okay, where do you think she gets that from? Also, for disclosure, for guideline purposes, YouTube, this is for research purposes only. Yeah, that's killer brother number 1. All right, hold on. There is a video that I have here. I might need to reference Sour Patch. The silver teeth activity absolutely is. When did Julie shave her beard? Shut up. Okay, Sour Patch, I believe, had a good clip on when she referenced why she didn't talk to her brothers anymore. Right here. Do you hear my son over there? Okay. We're just going to watch some clips that I'm organizing at the same time, okay?
The last time I saw him was at my mom's funeral. After that, didn't see him again because he also threatened me before my mom's funeral.
Oh, look. One of the brothers did make it to the funeral?
The last time I saw him was at my mom's funeral. After that, didn't see him again because he also threatened me before my mom's funeral. The other brother, the last time I saw him was at my mom's funeral. After that, didn't see him again because he also threatened me before my mom's funeral. He threatened me, so it's like, we don't fuck with each other. No, it's just, I don't want to see them. You know, like, I know they're there, but I don't want to see them there. That makes sense.
Sour Patch, do you have this, but not in fast speed?
If that was true, they would have called CPS. You're not having to get there. Exactly. So, anyways, that's what it is. Like, don't fucking put that on me. Like, if I was writing my brother, so I was sending them Amazon now, I would fucking charm them. Like, don't, like, and like, you should give me, I feel like if they ever do come out, maybe I could help them out that way, but like, I just don't want to be, I don't want any attachment to it because I'm on social media and also like, you know, I have other family members who help them out and like, don't be the neutral on both, or I don't even know how that shit works. So, it's It's just,
So this is where she clarifies. She doesn't want any attachment to them because she's on social media. Not because the crimes they committed were heinous. Not because she denounces their choices. Not because she doesn't agree with their lifestyle. Simply because she's on social media now.
that's where they are. They have to, I mean, that's literally.
So one of her brothers was able to obtain a furlough for the funeral. And I do remember back in when this happened, it was the beginning of the hate campaign. She's the one that helped get him the furlough. She talked about it in one of her live streams. I'm going to have to go farther way back because I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere.
They had to do what they had to do. But it's not up to me to fucking, you know, be Captain Save a Hole. It's not up to me to fucking decide whether, you know, I'm gonna send the money or not. No, I'm not. I'm not. No por seguro que no lo hago. So, anyway.
So the reason she got on here to assure people that she's not sending them money on their books is because I said that she was. I remember saying, if you're paying her memberships, you're funding these murderers' commissary. And so she had to get on here really quick. No, guys. I don't send them money. I don't. If I was, I would tell you, but I don't. My other family does. I might help them when they come out. But right now, because I'm on social media, I don't want any attachment to it. Yeah. That's her reasoning. Shout out to Sour Patch for the receipts. I actually have a lot of my own receipts that I need to dig farther back to in 2022 or 2023. What makes them uglier is knowing what they did. No, si por sí ya están de la verga, güey. O sea, they're not, like, attractive people. But what they committed is just super heinous. And I actually have correspondence from the victim's family in 2022 or 2023. That I'll share with you guys. But the victim's family reached out to me in 2022 or I think it was when the receipts came out. When was the case? What year was the case with the single mother? But when that case was still being tried, like it had just happened and they were still going through the court, all that stuff, the victim's family reached out to me and I helped with their GoFundMe. I was in 2024. Woman killed. He was sentenced in December of 2024. So I want to say it was in 2023 when the victim's family reached out to me through social media. And they told me, Julia blocked me. I have no idea why she blocked me. She never talks about what her brothers did to my sister, etc. So let me go looking for some of those. We'll cover that in the chapter of the family dynamics. Oh yeah, what happened? One of the most time-consuming parts of these series is looking for receipts and organizing them. When did I create the video about the murderous twins on YouTube? That will give me somewhat of an idea of what timeline to search. So they're two different cases. They murdered two different people. Each twin murdered a person. The first twin murdered a man in a dispute over stolen property. And then the second twin murdered a single mother in front of her children over a road rage incident. And we'll cover both of them briefly. I remember when I came across this, I was fucking shook because she kept this muy escondido. She never talked about this, and I cannot remember how I came across this information. But it happened in February of 2023, and it was in the middle of the hate campaign, and I just remember being fucking shook, and we confirmed that they were related to her through the mother's obituary. Oh, we're going to have to include all of this We're gonna have to include all of this in the family history because I have to narrate how I got this information. New file folder. A ver. Family history. And unfortunately, Julia, we will be covering the obituary. That's how we confirmed that they were related. And when I got this information, I was so shook because she would spend so much time like shaming me for being a felon. If you were around during that time, you know what it was. But she was always like, she's a felon, she's a felon. And then come to find out, she had 2 brothers who were felons for violent crimes such as murder. She never fucking talked about that. She was begging for them to come out for the funeral. Yep, so we will send the obituary. And that gives me a good structure for the family chapter, like covering how we obtained all this information, how we were able to confirm that that's her brother. I think they should each have their own episode. It's possible we may need to break it up into two separate episodes because there's a lot to cover with the family history. This just gives me a little bit of a structure of which episodes I'm doing. And it's very common, like we might do one episode and spend an entire week talking about that episode and digging out more information on that episode before we move on. So yeah, it's a lot of information that we will need to cover. Come on, airdrop it for me. Yeah, this is good shit. I think they should agree with Rosie. Okay, and this is why it's good for us to do some of this together, because I like when you guys give me feedback on this stuff. Okay. Rename obituary. Okay, I'm trying to find. This was the GoFundMe. So the incident happened on January 6, 2023. My daughter was killed on Stastny Lane in Austin, Texas. The investigation is still ongoing, but we created a GoFundMe to help cover the funeral expenses. She was 22 years old and only a mother of 2. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, then I have the news. The news article or the news station coverage. Okay. And then the other brother, God, yeah, I gotta make like 2 separate file folders for murder number 1, murder number 2. Look, I'll show you some quick previews of what we'll have, but this is a video that I made covering, oh no, not that one.
Members of the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force have arrested a 21-year-old man in connection to a road rage killing in South Austin back on January 6th. Austin police say Manolo Gonzalez was located in Kyle. He was arrested at a hospital while being treated for an unrelated car crash. Gonzalez also had 2 other active warrants for his arrest. Now, he is charged with first-degree murder for the fatal shooting of 22-year-old Elizabeth Lopez. Gonzalez admitted to police Lopez was a stranger to him and that he had gotten mad after her car drifted into his lane. According to court paperwork, Gonzalez told investigators he fired several shots at her vehicle. Lopez died from a gunshot wound to the head. Her children and a friend were also in the car with her. They were not injured.
That's one of the cases we'll be covering. And guess where they arrested him at? Because he was on the run. He took off. Guess where they arrested him at? At Julia's dad's house. In fact, I think she did a story time. Dear Roachies, do any of you have that? I may have it somewhere, but I believe she gives a story of how her dad's house got raided, and that's where he got arrested. Like, I wonder why she never talks about that. Like, that is a lot. That is a lot to unpack there. That would be great content she could sell instead of... Oh, look. And then these are the comments. So the victim's family were on the Facebook posts of the new murder. So look, this is crazy stuff that we'll cover, but... There was the Austin Police Department had a Facebook post searching for the second brother, right? And the victim's family of the first victim were on there, and they were like, his brother murdered my brother. Look how crazy this is. So on this post where they were looking for him because he took off from the scene of the crime, the victim's brother of the first brother that killed somebody else said, his brother took my brother's life and just got 10 years. Google Matthew Gonzalez and James Anthony Walker. My brother James had his first son a week earlier. Yeah. And then this hits different when we watch the live stream that Julia hosted where she blamed the first incident on a minor. She made it seem like her brother shot and killed some other man in honor of this underage teenage girl, and then they blamed the crime on the teenage girl. That's what Julia's stance was. I forgot about these gold nuggets. So let me put him here. Family history. Yeah, the tea was piping hot in 2023. Okay. What else do I have going on here? Y'all are quiet in the chat. Okay, I'm looking specifically for when the victim's family reached out to me about the GoFundMe. Oh, this is taking me back to Reddit Roach days. Yikes. Ay. I am deep in the sauce on receipts. Oh, and then the victims GoFundMe, and they were tagging Julia. God, I forgot about this. Okay, let me show you. So the victim's family in the second case, where the single mother was murdered in front of her kids, They had a GoFundMe, and then once it got out that Julia was related to the murders, people on social media started tagging Julia on the GoFundMe. And instead of Julia offering maybe some condolences at the very minimum, maybe the family's GoFundMe, she blocked the victim's family. And I want to ask what your guys' opinion is on that. The case was still pending, you know, so, and I guess I'll give her that this was her, the murder was her family member. But if that was you, would you not at least like denounce the violent crimes committed? Would you not at least offer condolences to the family? I don't know, maybe share a GoFundMe because your brother just murdered this young mother that left 2 children behind. Would you guys, do you think it's expecting too much that she would have at least expressed some public sympathy or empathy for the family of the victim that her brother had just murdered? Or am I being unreasonable to think that, you know, and what she did was she blocked them. She blocked them, and then the victim's family, because at the time Julie and I were publicly feuding, reached out to me, and then, you know, I gave it a lot of airtime, and I shared their GoFundMe. I talked a lot more about it. Oh, okay. I couldn't see the comments. Sorry. I was like, are you guys quiet? Okay. Victim. In this case, the first case, the victim was white. The second case, no. Who was thinking my daughter? I'm trying to make a grocery order on more. I believe she victim blamed the woman. Yes. The Matthew brother only got 10 years. Yes. I would denounce and try to make the family something, at least expressing like public sympathy or empathy, and say like denounce what was done. Like you don't, you know, sorry, hang on 2 seconds. Sorry, she's gonna have to save the chorus for another day. So yeah, her position of instead blocking them, and what did happen is instead all those fake troll accounts that they had made of me, they went on to the victim's family page and started bringing in the fucking drama, like, oh, Annie's making money off of this, which I wasn't, by the way. I didn't make a penny off of, all I did was share their GoFundMe. So over here, family's GoFundMe.
I was embarrassed. I was like, you think?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about this nugget. Julia, how many times have you gone and cried? This was an ugly cry.
It didn't hurt me. Of course it hurt me. Of course. I was embarrassed. I was like, you think it doesn't hurt to see your sisters and your brother for so long? You think that didn't hurt me? Of course it hurt me. Of course. I was.
Somebody make this a fucking sticker immediately. Julia, baby girl, I need you to get into some therapy. You have got to stop coming to your members and ugly crying about your family issues. This is Julia ugly crying. I have a lot of little nuggets. I have a lot of nuggets stored away. That's crazy. And then we donated to I honestly would feel responsible for supporting the child of one of the victims. Yes. Okay. Same. If that was me, I would feel some type of obligation to reach out to the family and to offer some type of support. So not only did she not do that, of course she wouldn't, because we know her family doesn't have any care for children or women, but she blocked the family. So I'm trying to get to the screenshots of, yeah, we sent hella donations. And by we, I mean my platform and I. I honestly would feel, yeah, so I'm trying to get to the part where I had a conversation with the victim's family. And I believe they reached out to me around the time that that video went viral of the receipts coming out. Some of these old Reddit pictures are little gems. Julie and her brothers need interventions. ASAP. ASAP, Rocky. It's a lot of Reddit drama. Mm-hmm. I forgot when Torta dug up my old Twitter. And I had some, so I used to troll fat bitches, I admit. So in 2013, I tweeted something that said I would hate to be a fat ass. And they sent it to Onward and said I was fat shaming. Sorry, I mean... Sorry. Okay, let me skip past that one. God, enough is enough. Oh, look, I forgot about this little gem. Do you guys remember when she actually addressed the Reddit page? I'm here, Bestie, listening to you and working away. Thank you, Bestie. Enough is enough. For the last couple of months, there has been a Reddit page circulating about me and other creators. They have been posting my lives and my pictures and posts and have even gone as far as to post my mother's obituary. I'm asking that my besties who have been supporting me from the beginning to please not engage but report all of these pages. I have contacted my local police department. Oh, this is great. Okay, this was March 4, 2023. Perfect. Torta, you called the police on for a Reddit page? I have contacted my local police department once again. I am being stalked and harassed and publicly doxxed. They are aware of these. I have to show this to you guys. I did not know Torta called the Popo for the Reddit page. That is some serious business. Sorry, some of these receipts are old, so they have to download from the cloud before I can airdrop them. Her telling everyone about Reddit was her own downfall. Everyone went to go follow it. Y'all, I didn't remember that. Okay, so this gives me a date to go off of. Okay, so March 4th, 2023 is when she posted this. Please email Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube to have these accounts shut down. Please report for stalking and copyright. They do not have my permission to use my content. I have watermarked many of my videos for this reason. As far as a comment regarding recaps, I have not had any communication with them for months. I have no ill feeling towards them, and as far as I'm concerned, they don't have any dirt on me. Look. Oh, this is a little gold nugget. Love this for us. Okay, look at this little gold nugget right here. So this was March 4th, 2023. And this is just a post that I was reading. I have not had any communication with them for months, and I have no ill feeling towards them. And as far as I'm concerned, they do not have any dirt on me and my husband. I went through the same thing last year around this time when my mother passed, and I am tired. Thank you to all my loyal besties and supporters for checking on me and being kind. She called the cops for the Reddit page? This is crazy. I did not. I forgot about this. All right. Ew, and then this was when they talked about my... Okay, sorry. Okay, let me finish organizing. I'm getting a little excited for this series. Rename. March 2023. Call 911 over Reddit. And then this was them referencing my domestic violence. I'm gonna make a whole video. A whole episode will be focused on my domestic violence and the comments that were made in this deplorable group chat. So this was a conversation she was having about my domestic violence incident with the father of my kids. I called it, bro. Not that she'll ever admit it. I was right. It's sad as fuck, though. I hope he doesn't go back. Though she seems legitimately scared, he will. Also, I'm not saying she's lying, but he has big hands. Wouldn't her whole neck be like bruised or red with hand marks? These trigger me so bad. She's so disgusting.
Want to leave, but
okay. And then that she's crazy enough to do this to herself. Look at this one. Yeah, because I'm crazy enough to fucking choke myself out, I guess. And break my own TV and steal my own shit. These will forever trigger me because I was going through a lot of shit. And for there to be an entire group of women discussing the domestic violence I had just endured like this is still triggering to this day.
thing happened.
Oh, recaps. And then her sending my posts. So this is Julia sending my posts of my domestic violence into that group chat. Peep the time. It was 5:37 in the morning. I posted this around midnight, something like that. 5:37 in the morning on September 18th. Julia was sending the pictures of my domestic violence into their group chat, and this is where they started discussing the all the shit that you saw in there. But that's how closely she was following me. Like, the bitch hadn't even rolled out of bed. All right. Not her recently pretending like she didn't know this happened. Do you have a link for that? I love, one of my favorite things to do is to put the side by side of the receipts and then the lies. Oh, and then this one. This is one of my not favorites, but favorites. Yeah, if you guys have any links with her pretending like she had no idea this happened. But she was one of the first probably to clock into that content. I hope Annie's baby daddy sees the videos and keeps his kids with him in the States. They literally filmed a crime. Oh, when do you guys remember when Walter went to steal the fucking moped? You know she's right about that one. That was some crazy shit. Oh yeah. I wonder if the hospital can tell the price over the phone, like if someone calls and asks. And then the weird ass shit she was doing, trying to call my son's hospital to see if she could get his tab for how much his cost of medical care was going to be. Ew. Okay, I still cannot find the messages with the victim's family. That's on Sour Patch page. A viewer said they have never seen to have done anything malicious to you. I'll go check Sour Patch right now. Oh, and then remember when I got featured on the Baby Mama No Drama podcast, and then her fucking fans were all over the page like, how could you have her on there? Okay. The staff, the post. Sorry, guys. We did say this live was gonna be multitasking, okay? Oh, here it is. Hi, it's me from TikTok, Elizabeth's cousin. Okay, I found the messages with the victim's family. This is what I was looking for. Stop. All right.
About my brother who was in jail. There is a lot of stuff going on. I will not speak about the other situation out of respect for the family and for the victim. Speaking about my brother who was in. Maybe in the future, when there's more details or there's more information, yeah, we could talk about it. But right now, I'm not going to speak on it. Out of respect.
Okay, but then you went on to host a whole live about it. What episode will be Who's the Mammy? Probably, I don't know, hold on. It'll be in the family history. DM2. Damn, this is a little overwhelming. This series is gonna be pretty lit. Hey, it's 8:45. Before I knew it, se me fue todo el tiempo. That shit flew by fast. Oh, I want to show you guys the messages of when they reached out to Bryce. I've actually never shared those before. Check your email. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm lost in the sauce on my camera roll, but let me go to my email really quick. Did I tell you guys? I'm sure I've mentioned it. Torta Sud recaps for 5K. What? I didn't know this. Aliasers. Wait. Torta filed a copyright claim? What the fuck? I have experienced a loss of revenue in the form of views on YouTube, in addition to the emotional pain and suffering as the content has been used in the form of slander. I am seeking the removal of my content from the respondent's YouTube channel. Legal fees associated with the removal and the amount of pending and the outcome of... What? Oh, y'all have been holding out on me. And I got dismissed. Not the... What? Why have I never... What? Y'all have been fucking... How long were you bitches gonna hold on to this for? She sued... Wow, this is a fucking nugget and a half. Okay, hold on. Torta... What the fuck? Can you send me the link? Where did you get this? Why did you guys not tell me this? You know what's funny is that she was all on board for recapture posting her shit. Fuck. Here, this is gonna have to be a whole fucking episode in itself. Who did that? When did this happen? Why would you do this? Hey, bestie, the file is like hella long though. Can you look to the bestie that just sent this to me? Do you mind sending it in form of? Because look, it's really long like this. Can you send it to me? Can you send me the link of where you got this? Or yeah, we need the link immediately. What the fuck, Torta? Why would you do this to somebody? Why would you? You are a spiteful little witch. Hold on. Oh, justice for recaps, y'all. Hold on. A ver. Green card files. I don't even know where the fuck to put this. Copyright case. This is copyright part 2. Why had I never heard of this? I feel I have fallen short. I am wounded. And the dismissal. I need to be able to this is going to be a whole series. Busty, I need this and well, hold on. Copyright Claims Board. Did y'all know about this? How did she talk about this? So many questions. Respondent screen recorded my content in its entirety and posted it to their YouTube channel without having my explicit consent. That's funny. Isn't that what you do to Yesenia? Isn't that what you did to me?
The audacity of her trying to sue. Smiley face emoji.
Especially for this particular reason. When she actually used to benefit from recaps doing this. And it used to be something she did allow her to do. She fell out. Recaps was one of her followers and supporters at one time. And she would clip all of her lives and repost them. And then when they fell out, Recapped had all her content. And then she went to file a copyright. I need more details on this. I need to know when. This was in 2023. The claim must be dismissed because the Copyright Office refused to register the allegedly infringed work. The claim alleges infringement of the copyright in a motion picture or audiovisual work titled Let's Talk About It, with the claimant describes as YouTube Live. Let's Talk About It is apparently a single work included in an application for the group of works titled Chisme Time. That application was pending as of March 13, 2023 when the claim was filed. On April 7, 2023, the Copyright Office notified the claimant by mail and email that registration was refused. To register Chisme Time, the claimant had submitted a formal GRCP application, which is used to register a group of contributions to periodicals. Registration was refused because the works claimed in the application for registration were not published as contributions to a periodical, so they were not eligible for registration using Form GRCP. The Copyright Claims Board must dismiss the proceeding without prejudice when it learns that the application to register an allegedly infringed work has been refused. Therefore, the board dismisses the proceedings without prejudice and closes the case. AKA, you didn't know what the fuck you were doing, Torta. Oh, this is wild. I'm gonna have a field day with this. A complete field day. Oh my lordy. Bestie, thank you so much. Lady, okay. Let me just gonna be a whole fucking chapter on this. Yikes. Yikes. I didn't know about this. We have enough in the series till fucking Christmas, if I do say so myself. That's crazy. Okay, so new thumbnail coming right up. New thumbnail coming right up. What's this episode gonna be titled? This is crazy. Why would you do this? Recaps, can I interview you for this? Recaps, are you out there? Can we interview you? Create another thumbnail for episode going into a copyright lawsuit that was filed by Julia G on her supporter. I'm just surprised nobody ever got a wind of this. Why was this never made? I'm surprised. I never heard of this. This was in 2023. And you know what this was in relation to? The receipts that Recaps provided to me about the hate campaign. So in retaliation of Recaps giving me all the receipts of the fuckery they did in that group chat, Julia filed a copyright lawsuit against Recaps that was ultimately dismissed. Now, I want to see the video she's talking about, the Let's Talk About It video. And she tried to copyright or trademark Chisme Time. Chronicles of a Failed Lawsuit. This was on April 18th, 2023. March 2023 is when Recaps gave me the receipts. So this was in retaliation to Recaps providing me with the receipts. Recaps, do you still have those? Hold on, I'm going to send Recaps a message. Hey, Recaps. Not the Temu lawsuit. No, it got dismissed because she didn't know what the fuck she was doing and she had no representation. You can tell this was filed pro se. I want to know which video she was copywriting. The Let's Talk About It, I believe, was a video with receipts about me. Okay, tell me what you guys think of this thumbnail for the copyright lawsuit. I don't like the... Make the... Come in. Hi, my lovey Ben. You want the lemon one?
cake.
All right, I'm gonna get you the lemon cake tomorrow. All right. Good night. I love you. Torta is a paralegal. Title of the episode, Let's Talk. Oh, yes, that'd be funny, no? I want to jump right into this episode, actually. I'm very intrigued because I'd never heard of this case before. And I know that this case is in relation to the receipts that I dropped. What? $2023. Thank you so much for the jewels. If I remember correctly, I think she told me, because I was in contact with Torta, or no, not Torta, sorry, I was in contact with the copyright lawsuit. Include Juliaaag111 as part of the title. Juliaaag111 copyright lawsuit that backfired. If I remember correctly, Recaps told me that in 2023, Julia had her YouTube channel flagged. And it was off of this. Oh, some nuggets in here. May 2022. She is 500 pounds of ChatGPT. Yeah. Gosh, she's got all the tea here. I want to know what YouTube video it was, the Let's Talk About It. But I do remember the Let's Talk About It was one of the titles to the videos about me. Sent it to Annie. Maybe I'll make that part of the title. Let's talk about it. Include, let's talk about it. copyright lawsuit. This is a lot of good groundwork for this series, besties. I appreciate your help. Can we title one Darle Cabeza? That was so fucking cringe. So cringe. Oh, let me go back to shit. I lost my bookmark in my 2023 search. I was in like March. Can we title one Darle Cabeza? That's funny. Fuck, I lost my bookmark in the torta receipts. Because after the torta receipts, I jumped right into the Candace receipts. I hear the printer. Alright, remember, multitasking live. Also what I wanted to find were the messages they sent to Bryce back in the day. Oh, and we can't forget when she exposed recaps on her member wall. Okay, I want the thumbnail to focus on the lawsuit. Someone has to have the live where she showed her viewers actual photos of recaps. I have them. I do. I need to check with recaps. I don't know if she wants to rehash those receipts. I have them right here. Right here. And my 2023 receipts. Let me give you guys a preview of what we're dealing with. The same woman that's always crying about body shaming this is the shit she's doing behind her paywall. This is one of her supporters, mind you. This is the supporter that she ended up suing. And this supporter of hers used to financially support her brand, all her bullshit. She used to go as far as to help her with repulsing her lives that she ended up suing her for. And then how did it end up? Torta getting on here and body shaming her in her fucking closet. And she did that multiple times to multiple people. That's why it's crazy that she's always crying about being body shamed. I'm looking to see if I have the video of when she would do these things.
I do not believe, this is my opinion, I do not believe that what I call fucking Annie self-harming herself, yeah. And I would say it again. I do not believe, this is my fucking opinion, I do not believe that Walter's big ass fucking 300-pound fucking hands did something to her. I don't know what else to say. I don't believe it. Prove me fucking wrong. There's just no fucking way. I've gotten bruises from fucking kids. So, for you to fucking sit there and write this big ass fucking poetry shit about what happened to you, and not show any fucking...
Oh, this is a nugget too. This is a nugget too. Okay, hold on. Family history. Replay. Let me play that for you guys a little more. Some of these are, you will notice they're Reddit receipts from back in the day. Can you guys hear if I don't? Let me know if you guys can hear this, okay?
Am I what I call fucking Annie self-harming herself? Yeah. And I would say it again. I do not believe, this is my fucking opinion, I do not believe that Walter's big ass fucking 300-pound fucking hands did something to her. I don't know what else to say. I don't believe it. Prove me fucking wrong. There's just no fucking way. I've gotten bruises from fucking kids. So, for you to fucking sit there and write this big ass fucking poetry shit about what happened to you, and not show any fucking actual, I don't believe it. And it's not to fucking invalidate DV victims, because and this is what makes you're making a fucking mockery of actual DV victims who have gone through shit and who actually have almost died from their fucking abuser. And for you to fucking call him an abuser and say he did this, you were abusing him too. Let's be fucking for real. So you're making a mockery of it, and that's what I don't fucking like. And that's on period. They protect the insecurities in you, but see you guys, we love you. And I'm not trying to make fun of this, right? Chris Brown, Mayweather, all these fucking abusers are out here. People are paying to fucking listen to them. People are paying to watch their fucking fights, and nothing fucking happens. I don't think my little
So I felt forced to show proof of my injuries. She made content during the time that I was experiencing domestic violence. She went on a tirade pretty much discrediting what I had gone through, saying that I was lying and that I was making this up. So I went as far as to post my fucking medical records that were issued by a state forensic, which was part of the investigative process in my court case here against the domestic violence that I experienced. And then once I posted this, they said that it was fake, that I had paid someone to write this for me. And so this is my medical report. I publicized this after my domestic violence because I wanted people to believe me, because I was being re-victimized by these bitches now getting on here and saying that it hadn't happened to me, that I was just bullshitting, that I was a liar. Look, I want to see receipts. So I posted the receipts, and then that turned into, oh, it's fake. In Mexico, you could pay anybody off. So this right here lists my injuries that I sustained at the hands of the domestic violence that I experienced with the father of my kids. It talked about lacerations to my neck. It talked about damage to my abdomen muscles that were still recovering from my mommy makeover. It talked about bruises on my arms. Like, this right here literally narrated all my fucking injuries that I sustained at the hands of the father of my kids. And even then, after I posted this, then she got on and said that I was a fucking scammer and that I just paid somebody to falsify these records. Dame un beso. Hi, amor. You're so late.
Excuse me. I'm only like
Ya son las 9, llegaste.
30 minutes late than usually, no?
Okay. Mejor 8:30, please. ¿Te quedas? ¿Ya comiste?
No.
Oh, there's food downstairs. Okay, ya me lo acabo. Te amo. You run away in the video and that he assaulted you broke my heart. Ugh. I might actually replay some of those in this series. Let me actually finish playing what she said in her audio.
In a private group, you know what I mean? It was enough for him. Like, in my head, I was like, it's not going to be enough for Annie to try to fucking get me canceled. At the end of the day, a lot of people share the same opinion that I had. I'm not making fun of her. I'm just saying I don't fucking believe it. And I wholeheartedly think that she did that to her fucking self. Exactly. She had a whole perfect form. Yeah. Okay, quick question. What's status on Ella? Ella's good. I think that...
She's so gross. She's so gross for that. Yeah. Some of that shit is really triggering. And I don't feel bad anymore for the shit she's going through right now. Sometimes I feel like, oh, damn, she's getting hella bullied now. But se lo tiene muy merecido. Muy, muy merecido. That was, and mind you, that was a group of women that sat in that group chat discussing my domestic violence, discrediting public, and that was public. Those are public lives that she was hosting. And so on top of what I was dealing with at home, from what I had just experienced, I was dealing with this group of bitches putting out that narrative that I had fucking done this to myself, that I had choked myself out, that I had abused him first, or whatever the fuck. And that shit still, honestly, it really triggers me looking back on it. It really triggers me. And it makes me sad that I went as far as to post my fucking medical record so people would believe me. Because I was being painted out to be a fucking liar for that too. That I had faked my fucking injuries. That I had choked myself out. I posted footage of my security cameras. I posted, like, how do you fake that? You could literally hear me being choked out in the video, in the security camera footage. You can't. You can hear the moment he fucking let go of me. All that's very triggering to me, and it just makes me sad looking back that I went as far as to post my fucking medical records because I wanted to be believed. I wanted people to believe me, and I felt like what I experienced after the domestic violence was almost just as bad online, with people saying that I was lying and that I had made it up and that I had fucking done it to myself. So yeah, nothing will ever compare. Nothing will ever compare to this, ever. And then I had to skip past the receipts. I'm not going to show the receipts of when they posted my daughter naked on Reddit. You guys can take my word for it or not. You guys have seen the types of links that she goes to, but I still have the receipts of when they posted my 3-year-old daughter naked on their fucking Reddit page. Anyway, let me continue scrolling along. Anyway, physical abuse and then the mental abuse on top of it. Yeah, it's a form of re-victimization. Okay, so that, and then somebody had sent me I'm just gonna share, I'm gonna save this as well, my medical records, into the file of my DV. She really is horrible, honestly. And you know, the saddest thing is that at the time, people believed her. At the time, she was able to generate so much hate my way that even with me experiencing domestic violence, nobody stood up for me. Nobody felt bad. No, everybody just kind of rode the anti-Annie train, and a lot of them sided with my baby daddy at the time. People hated me so much due to her content at the time that she was able to generate like a second wave of hate. And so on top of dealing with what had happened, they encouraged my baby dad to get on social media, and he did. And for 4 months after the domestic violence, he abused me through the internet. Like, he dragged me with their encouragement, with their help. And looking back now, like, as a woman, it makes me so sad that nobody came forward and helped me. I was so vulnerable. I was so fucking broken physically, mentally, emotionally. He even took money from me. Like, I was so beat down, and not a single person, like, came to help. And I know that sounds silly, like I shouldn't expect people to help, but it just makes me so sad that nobody felt an inch of empathy for me at the time, because it was drowned out by Julia's scammer narrative. She's such a scammer. She's a liar. She's taking people's money. She did this to herself. She's lying about DV so much that everybody just kicked me while I was down. And I think that's one of the reasons why I decided to help Yesenia, because I wish that at the time somebody would have came forward and helped me. I wish somebody had came forward and spoken up and said, hey, like, regardless of what's going on, like, this is a serious thing. There's some domestic violence. There's kids involved. Nobody, everybody just kind of jumped on her train. And she was having a ball, by the way. She was doing this publicly. This wasn't behind her paywall. She was publicly hosting these lives, pushing out this narrative, eating that shit up. And mind you, people like Candace were actively supporting her during these live streams. Multiple creators, like, that's something que no me cabe en la cabeza how this happened so publicly and nobody said anything. Nobody. For months this went on. For months. This type of content, this type of narrative. She was so comfortable doing it publicly because nobody was saying anything. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Unfortunately, that is part of... We will have to cover some of that, and some of it is going to be a little bit triggering to me going through that part of the series. All right, let me go through. And then I got the Candace receipts. The tide began to turn when the receipts came out of that group chat. That was kind of when people were like, wait, whoa, this is... But it's sad that it took receipts. It's sad that it took receipts for people to believe me, for people to be like, oh, you know what, that's really fucked up. You know, because I was saying this while it was happening, like, Julie's doing this, Julie's doing that. Nobody listened until the receipts came out. And then once the receipts came out, you never heard of Julie again on TikTok. That is the shit that makes it so hard for victims to say anything or be believed. There's a special place in hell for people to re-victimize someone. Yes. I lived it firsthand, and and you know, the reason why I chose to publicize my domestic violence is because my baby daddy and I were already in the cycle of breaking up and making up. And I was trying to maintain appearances for social media. So when the domestic violence happened, I posted it on social media as a way to break my cycle, because I knew if I publicized it, there was no coming back from it. That's why I publicized it. And then unfortunately it was, you know, I was being targeted by this group of women, so they fucking jumped on that and they chose to do all this nasty shit with it. But posting my domestic violence experience was my way to break out of that relationship, because otherwise, if I hadn't publicized it, I do feel like I would have taken him back. I do feel like there was nothing to hold me accountable from taking him back if I kept it a secret. And I think that's one of the things that domestic violence victims struggle with is you keep it to yourself to be able to like excuse it, or like because if the family finds out, then it's harder to get back with him, right? If the family finds out, then they're not going to be nice to him. They're not going to love him anymore. And that was very much my thing, where I knew if I publicized this, and he was already fighting. Like, I was already trying so hard for my platform to accept him, right? Some of you guys were there. But once I knew that if I publicize this, there's no coming back from it. And I did it impulsively. I did it like an hour or two after it happened, because I didn't want to not do it, right? I knew, like, if I don't do it now, I won't do it. And then I run the risk. It was my way to, like, ask for public account. Not ask, but, like, I knew if I post this, I'm going to get canceled if I take him back, right? If I post this, there's just certain things, like when you're in a cycle like that, there's certain things that you can't come back from. And I knew that would be one of them for me. Like, once you tell somebody, it becomes real. But once you tell a public platform, it becomes so real you can't hide from it. You can't take them back. It creates, like, again, like a level of accountability, I guess, and maybe that's the wrong word for it. But it was something that I knew would break my cycle with him. And it did. I didn't speak to him for an entire year. Like, I went no contact after that. And I was very, very proud of that. It's true. When I began telling my friends, I knew there was no turning back. I couldn't feel stupid for going. Yeah. Once you tell people, it becomes real, and it becomes a way of accountability to keep you from going back, at least in my personal experience. Automatic standby is off. Wow, guys, I think we have structured quite a bit. I'll still need to spend a little bit of time I still say fuck torta. Yeah. A ver, one of you, Angelica sent me Sour Patch's video.
And there, it was like a Tumblr era. Yeah. My guilty pleasure was looking at them damn lesbian babes that have like a pretty face but long black hair.
Ew.
You know what I'm talking about? They always had long black hair and they would put one of them.
Gross. Why did somebody send me a clip of her torta saying she likes pretty skinny girls with black hair? Let me not dye my shit black. I will not get that bitch off of me. Once you tell people, it opens you up to the backlash and criticism sometimes, and it sucks. And it did in a way. But, you know, sadly, I thought it would also, like, get help. Like, I thought I would find support. And I did a little bit, but I'll be honest, when I look back, all I remember is the backlash. Most of it was backlash. There wasn't a lot of support, especially, and perhaps because of the circumstances that a lot of people had warned me and told me not to go back to him, and I went back to him anyway. And so when I got assaulted, I don't remember a lot of support. There was some in my writers, and I remember each and every one of you that stuck around with me during that time. But mostly what I got was backlash. Similar to what Julia, you know, people saying I was lying, people discrediting me, saying that I had done it to myself. Check Sour Patch video. Yeah, so I'm looking on Sour Patches for the video of her saying she didn't know about my DV. The real reason she's not going to Mexico. I think it was somewhat recent, no? Like sometime this year. She confessed. Torta says she blocked Alma Rose for supporting Annie Jersey. Torta doesn't like Alma Rose. Okay. Torta says Annie Jersey looks like a man. I can't find the one where she said she didn't know about my TV. I've seen it. Oh, right here. Torta dismisses she ever talked about her. I found it. You know, this is actually a really good example of the way she's tried to rebrand. And she's played stupid about certain things that she did, so people don't. And a lot of her new followers don't know this. A lot of her new followers don't know the shit she was involved in. And I've seen some of them comment where like, I didn't know she had beef like this. So here it is.
Walter choking her. He did that? When? I thought she said she beat him up. I thought she said she threw the TV at him or something. When did that happen? Bro, I thought she said that she beat him up or something.
I never said that.
When did that happen? Yeah, he choked her. News to me, homie.
That's funny because
that's shit. Walter on the platform. So back to Candace. No, she was not involved. Another thing that Annie threw out there was that Candace and Yesenia met. They never met.
no, that's not the right one. It's this one.
Am I what I call fucking Annie self-harming herself? Yeah. And I would say it again. I do not believe, this is my fucking opinion, I do not believe that Walter's big ass fucking 300-pound fucking hands did something to her. I don't know what else to say. I don't believe it. Prove me fucking wrong. There's just no fucking way. I've gotten bruises from fucking kids. So, for you to fucking sit there and write this big ass fucking poetry shit about what happened to you, and not show any fucking actual, I don't believe it.
I want to find the video with this. This is just a screen recording of her audio, but I wonder if it was no, it was a live stream. It was a live stream. I'm gonna have a hard time finding the actual live stream. But yeah, so she went from dissecting every bit and saying that it didn't happen, that I did it to myself, to this.
Walter choking her. He did that? When? I thought she said she beat him up.
And I like this because it really shows you how fake she is. I know she didn't forget. I know she didn't forget about my DV because of the amount of time that she spent criticizing it, discrediting me, saying that I did it to myself, demanding that I prove that it actually happened to me. I know for a fact she didn't fucking forget that my baby daddy choked me out, and she made content on it for fucking months. But that is her way of trying to re-narrate and rebrand into, I had no idea. I don't even follow her like that. Wow, news to me. Damn, that's crazy. And so that people don't cancel her for discrediting a victim of domestic violence. So people don't see how fucking vile she is, that she spent months telling people not to believe me and demanding that I provide proof. And then when I did provide proof, then they said that the proof was false, that it was fake, and that I had paid someone in Mexico to create that medical report for me. So, yeah. I wanted to see if I could find and we're going to wrap up soon, you guys. Sorry, this live was already a lot longer than I had anticipated for it to be. But I think we laid a lot of the good groundwork for the series and the upcoming episodes that we will be making. Hopefully, I wanted to wait to launch on Twitch, but I might actually just launch because I do want to make sure that I do this series simultaneously on both platforms so that there's a backup of the video in case we run into any issues with her filing privacy claims again. Which I 100% expect her to continue doing. What she's going to do is she's going to be writing on the coattails of this series. She's going to be watching it, consuming it, and waiting, like lurking behind the scenes and trying to report all of it because she cannot stand that I am giving a voice to this and bringing some of these things back to light because she's worked so hard to rebrand herself into this soft life Pilates, all peace and love, Louis Vuitton, image, when this is the real Julia, and this is still what she actively does behind her paywall. And I think that's something that shouldn't be forgotten. I don't care how long ago this was. Just like people don't let me forget that my felonies that I committed more than a decade ago, this is core behavior that people need to know who they're supporting. People need to know that she is fucking vile, that she attacks children, that she attacks vulnerable women in that are going through domestic violence, that she's a type of woman that discredits victims of DV, that all these things, I'm not going to ever let her forget. She built her platform on this shit. And now she wants to rebrand into, soft life this and Pilates. Not if I have a say in it. I'm going to keep regurgitating this. And I think just like the Candace series, people need to know who they're supporting. People need to know what their platforms are built off of. Didn't she say she had gotten bigger hickeys in the bruise? That was Yesenia. Yeah, Yesenia was in here as well, and I haven't forgotten that. But again, I will say that she's the only one that took any type of accountability and issued any type of apologies. And really, that's really, with me, that's really it. That's really it. It ends when you take some accountability with me. I personally was bullied by her on her paid membership live. Oh, tell us more. Not that I was personally victimized. Raise here if you have been a victim of Tortalona. Tell us more. Her and Candace do nasty things together. Yeah. Are we starting tomorrow? Possibly. So I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I do need to spend a little time off live, dropping content on my other pages. I do have a consultation at 6:30. I think Thursday might be more realistic. I might be able to do our intro tomorrow because we've sectioned it off into bits and pieces. So I might at least be able to get away with our intro tomorrow. But I will check in with you guys in the morning and give you guys like a specific time. And I just need a little bit more time to organize myself. Now that I've structured the videos, I know kind of what we're going to cover in each episode. Now I need to go into each episode and just kind of create a timeline and organize my receipts into what I'm going to share into each video. It's giving me too. Hey, but love is love. Oh, she retracted her message. I wanted to ask. So no Twitch this week. No, I do. I think we might launch on Twitch. I wanted to wait to launch Twitch when I got all my lighting and stuff. But if I'm going to relaunch Green Card Series or the Julia series, I'm going to do it simultaneously on Twitch. So we might actually launch on Twitch this week as well. Oh, the videos of Nikki. Does anyone have the videos of Nikki? Remember? Oh my gosh, I forgot about these nuggets. Dude, I totally forgot about this video. Does anybody have the video of Nikki? Yes, they see my... Back in the day, there was a video that Nikki made sharing receipts between her and Julia. Does anybody have that video? It's on Reddit, and Junior told me how you were watching Annie's live and you told him Annie has his mugshot. So Junior has a mugshot too? I actually haven't obtained Junior's mugshot, and Junior must be the one that's named after the dad. Remember, there's a Junior child? Why would you say that if you weren't involved? I like how you've been taking everything from Manny and Matt in the raffle that was done, but you're being protected by recaps, right? Oh my, what a golden nugget. I forgot about this post. I gotta find that video. Nikki. Oh, she showed it on a live stream. Can I subscribe on Twitch? Yes. The reason I'm nervous to launch on Twitch because I haven't figured out the platform yet. Oh. I have a clip of Nikki's live.
I even would notice, even when we were hanging around and we would go to the stores, she would always go her way and I would go my way. So I was like...
Okay, so we do have a small clip of her live stream. Should we watch it together? I haven't watched this in many years, so... Today's class was just kind of prepping the receipts. So you guys are seeing some previews of what I'll be showcasing. And some of these I haven't watched in many years, but they're saved on my phone. Julia G, Family Dynamics, Family History.
Stop. My sister, I never put my family beef on the internet. My sister was the first one. Thank you. She was the first one to do that. If she loves my kids, then if she loved my kids, why don't she check up on my kids every day?
Wait, what did that girl say up there? Oh, why are you putting the family on the internet? Right?
Yeah. Like, no, her new family, and y'all all have said it. I don't know why y'all acting stupid. Y'all all have said it on here. Oh, you don't even mention Nikki's kids no more. You don't even like say that you hang out with them. You don't buy her kids stuff anymore. It's all about Jacobo and his family. So why are y'all even trying to instigate shit on here? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. We haven't been talking for a long time because Julia wanted it like that, and I left her alone. I even would notice, even when we were hanging around and we would go to the stores, she would always go her way and I would go my way. So I was like, well, what's the point of us even hanging? I sound jealous. Oh, I'm jealous. Okay, if I was jealous, then I would be on the internet and get my own followers and get up to her point.
Man, if you just don't say that, get off. Who's talking to you anyway?
You're hurting your kids. Please talk to your sister. Hope you guys can make it better. No, I'm good the way I am. My sister Julia reminds me of my mom, and I don't need a toxic person in my life.
Yikes. Damn, the mom stayed catching
So what did
strays in
you
the
mean
speech.
twice?
We weren't even talking. She didn't message me until I was already done. Like when we were waiting for his package. So what does that tell you?
Allowing your kids to talk about their own like that.
Monique, get the fuck out of here. I don't care what she says.
No one's talking about her in any kind of way.
Oh, and then they got her live discontinued. So after that live, this is the Let's Talk About It video. Look, this is the one she copyrighted on. Look, now we know why she copyrighted it. This is the Let's Talk About It YouTube video included in the copyright case against recaps. And look.
It didn't hurt me. Of course it hurt me. Of course. I was embarrassed. I was like, you think it doesn't hurt to see your sisters and your brother for so long? You think that didn't hurt me? Of course it hurt me. Of course. I was embarrassed. I was like, you think it doesn't hurt to see your sisters and your brother for so long?
Torta.
Digas chillona.
Mira, porque llora bien feo. I'm pretty sure Torta's gonna file a complaint on this video. So that makes a lot of sense. So once her sister started coming on the internet because she was fed up, then Julia would go and cry and be like, oh, my sister's talking shit about me. Okay, hold on. I'm finding a lot of little nuggies in here. She hasn't done humiliating lives in a while. She hasn't cried on her live stream but she used to ugly cry on here. Her sister is way prettier. I also agree. Okay, guys. Yeah, that was a time. If you were around back then, that was a time to be around. There was a lot of tea. The sister was like, there's more. There was another live stream though to the sister when she showed these receipts. Look. I think this was a different live, or maybe it was before we started recording. But in her live, the sister showed receipts of conversations with Julia where they were fighting about Reddit and me. So it said, and this is Julia. So it said, it's on Reddit, and Junior told me how you were watching Annie's live and you told him Annie has his mugshot. Why would you say that if you weren't involved? Yeah, I like how I've been taking everything from Manny and Matt and the raffle that was done, but you're being protected by recap. So Julia was mad that she was getting all the heat for her brothers and some raffle, and she was mad that the sister wasn't getting no hate. And she's like, that's fine. I'll leave you. Hopefully one day you can tell me how you really feel about me and why you chose to do this shit to me. That's crazy. The victimization after you brought all this to the internet is crazy. And then Nikki goes, keep waiting for that day because it ain't shit coming. I ain't did or said shit. I want this live stream. I don't remember. I don't think I have this one. You think it doesn't hurt me? It only hurts her. Sorry. The ugly crying has me weak. Okay, so I'm trying to find that live stream. It was April 3rd of 2023. So right after the receipts came out, her sister came out too. And it was just not a good time for Julia back then. Everybody was spilling receipts on her. Okay, look, here's another one. So Julia was like reaching out to her sister because she was convinced that her sister was giving her trolls all this information. And the sister was like, it wasn't me. She was just being cray-cray. She doesn't realize how she's hurting others and they're just retaliating. I wouldn't even call it retaliation. They're responding to her bringing all this shit to the internet. Like, you can only take so much. So I don't think it's the right word to call it retaliation. I think the correct term is people are responding to the things that she does to them publicly because she does them publicly. And then when they respond, she gets on here like this. Like this. Look, hold on. It's loading.
It hurt me. Of course it hurt me. Of course. I was embarrassed. I was like, you think it doesn't hurt to see your sisters and your brother for so long? You think that didn't hurt me? Of course it hurt me.
Wait, los mocos. You would never catch me on social media crying like this. Never, ever. Okay, guys, I think we're getting ready to finalize our research for the evening. It's not retaliation, it's self-defense. Victims don't retaliate. Yeah. And we can't, it's not reactive abuse either. I don't like the term reactive abuse. Because it's not abuse when you're just defending yourself or reacting to abuse. Like, abuse is what's the initial behavior, at least in my personal opinion. Okay, anything else that I'm missing? 2023 was a time for receipts. I have a ton. I would love to... Oh, and you know what I had? I had chats with Nikki. So Nikki and I had some private conversations. Oh, look. I have messages from her sister on Reddit. So look, this is when her sister started talking about the papers. I don't know that I've ever publicized these. But this was a conversation that me and Nikki had on Reddit during that time. These were in 2023. Reddit DM. So here, Nikki made a comment where she said, I don't know if you can see the bottom, where Julia said, she says she only owes my dad a thank you, but not true. She owes my sister a huge thank you. And she was referencing the green card. So look at the bottom. And then I said, hold on, let me airdrop the other part. And so I said, I'm assuming your other sister also helped with his papers. And she said yes, and she's straight up lying. Okay, Nikki, write it part 2. And then, so this is where she agreed to do a live with me when we connected off of Reddit. And then, oh, I forgot about this little gem. Nikki posted in the Reddit group, this was the introduction of the green card fraud. So Nikki posted, I'm feeling a little petty today in Julia Garcia's words. Who wants the tea on how Jacobo got his papers? Yeah, being accused of getting paid by recaps to expose Julia has gotten me fucking sick. I don't need to get paid to expose Julia. You want to keep talking shit about your sister that you care and love for? Oh well. Who wants the tea on how Jacob got his papers? Let's see if this stops you from accusing me being sold out, Julia. Highest bidder gets the tea. I miss this, Nikki. I think that Julia will never be cool with Nikki because Nikki was the one that made this narrative public. But in her defense, it was done because she was just so fed up with her sister and all the narratives that Julia kept putting out about her sister. All right. Oh, there's a lot to unpack here. I'm reading the comments and some of them seem off. Do we have Torta's minions here? Oh, what did I miss? I don't see anything in here that points. I mean, of course they're in here and she's in here too. They watch all these live streams so she can know what's being exposed. And some of this stuff she's probably never seen before. She's never seen her conversations between me and her sister. So do you think she's watching? Of course she's going to be watching. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap up soon. Yikes. I'm reading the comments and some of them seem off. Which comments? Because I don't see any. Maybe I'm not seeing the same comments that you are. Honestly, her episode on the family dynamics is going to be probably a whole week's worth of content because there's just so many layers. Like first with the fucking brothers, then the history with the sister. There's no way we can cover this in one episode. There's just no way. Of course she's watching and like she's busy going live. She's watching so she can know that she is probably really oh look. You ever wondered what little Annie looked like? This is it. Okay, here's some more voice notes of her. I see her and I immediately hop on the treadmill. She makes me want to buy a walking pad from my desk.
If she can just start rounding up some of the real besties and letting them know, hey, go report Scammy's page. Cause fuck that bitch. She's almost gonna get to 10,000 fucking using me for clout, and she's gonna fucking get on the creator fund again, and we can't fucking let that shit happen. Cause
oh, that's a good one. So if Torta ever tells you that she's unbothered and she doesn't care and this and just play this audio for her.
If she can just start rounding up some of the real besties and letting them know, hey, go report Scammy's page. Cause fuck that bitch. She's almost gonna get to 10,000 fucking using me for clout, and she's gonna fucking get on the creator fund again, and we can't fucking let that shit happen, because fuck her.
Using you for clout is diabolical when you built an entire YouTube channel with my face, image, brand. What she was mad about is that I kept having to make new TikTok pages because she would get them banned by mass reporting with all her fucking friends. And so I would make new pages and she would get mad that I would be reaching 10K pretty quickly.
Sent $10 chisme box. Tortanador needs to be looking for some legal defense instead of being all in your
Thank you.
lives.
Actually, yes. Thank you so much, Bestie, for the super chat. She has much bigger issues. Rename us report. Scammy audio. 10K. Thank you, Mrs. Reyes. I mean, but you can hear, like, she's still such a hateful person, but she was like, fuck that bitch. We can't let her get to 10K again and make money on the Creator Rewards program. Like, he just sounds like such a hater.
Because fuck that bitch.
Like, you just sound like a straight hater because you are a hater. Oh, thank you, Bestie. She says, coffee...
has just tipped $19.99 through Super Chat. Coffee money for having to read your videos. Sparkles emoji.
Thank you.
Emoji. Sparkles emoji. And legal fees for redoing series.
Thank you so much, Ash. Shout out to you. Yeah, I'm actually dragging ass having to redo this video. This entire series, but I appreciate you so much.
Sent $1.99 chisme box. Is that Julia or Julia? Crying face emoji. Crying face emoji. Cuz fuck her.
It's giving Julio for show. It's giving triplet. Triplet for sure. Oh, this is... Oh my gosh, my first Starby order. Oh. Oh, who remembers the time? Reddit was lit. Reddit was such a time. I'm so sorry. Who did this one? You had to be around Reddit days to understand, but some of the shit they would do in there was kind of funny. I forgot about that one. Yikes. We might have to use some of those neggies for the series. I will have to give it to them. Sometimes they were creative and it was really funny. But why would you do him like that? I feel like that's offensive to him. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Blast from the past. Okay, I think we are nearing, I think we have a lot of groundwork. I might spend some time just kind of reorganizing, and I know I have a few little gems from 2023 that I still need to pull. Can that Reddit pig be that?
At Ash Gregorio 510 sent $4.99 chisme box. Can that Reddit pic BGHE thumbnail? Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
No, because I feel like that would be really offensive to the male creator. What's his name? And I hate to agree that they do look a lot alike. How do you think Nikki got in? You know, I don't actually know what happened with Nikki that pushed her over the edge. I wasn't following her content about her sister that much. So if you guys have any context or history of when Julia started, I might actually do I think I'll have to do a whole episode on the sister relationship. And I would like to be able to showcase where it started. And of course, I know that Julia started it. Of course, I know that at some point she started talking about Nikki. But I would love to get to the beginning of it. What was it, for those of you guys that were around back then? What was it that got them beefing? Like, why did Julia start talking negatively about her own sister to the point that her sister came forward? And I think I checked into the sister drama when Nikki came forward and was like, oh, who wants a tea on how he got his papers? And then she came on that live with me. But I don't know if there's some history of clips that maybe we can find of where it started. I know that Nikki, I don't think she has any interest in participating in this series. I won't be reaching out to her. I haven't reached out to her, and she hasn't reached out to me. And I know that she is aware of this series. So I think if she had any interest in forming part of it or giving us context, she would have already done so. So we will have to just go off of what we have, you know, in as part of her digital footprint. Ana Hurtado, bestie, thank you so much. She just Venmoed me $20. She said, thank you for the best telenovela. Thank you so much, bestie. I think Torta told Nikki's tea that she cheated on her husband. Oh, I didn't know that. I know it has to be something like that. Like, she must have just, because that's what she does. You know, that's her history, where she starts talking shit about people, and then it gets back to the person, and the person responds, and then Julia acts like a victim, and she did this to me, and she did this to me, and then it turns into a whole online beef. I'm ready for class because I have been here since the 250 banned TikTok accounts. Yeah, that was a lot. That in itself, I'm actually considering, and I think it would be appropriate for me to do one video on my history with her and everything that went down. I know that I have an older series that covered some of those receipts, but they were really spread out. I wasn't as organized or thorough as I am now. So I do feel like I need to make a video, and maybe that might even be the first video, is my history, my personal history with her. I believe it was because Julia was telling recaps to go after Nikki and troll her. I wonder that too. Like, I'd fall for my sis and just ignore her existence, not blast her online. But if you're being blasted online by that sister, wouldn't you eventually want to clear your name? And Nikki had TikTok. Nikki wasn't like a content creator, but she had a TikTok. So Julia was making these videos, and then her viewers would go to Nikki's account and like make comments and all that shit. So I disagree with that, because if you're being dragged publicly by one of your sisters and you're saying, well, I would fall off and just ignore her and not blast her online, but you're being blasted by your sister online, I think all of us eventually would reach a breaking point where we would come out and want to clear our names as well. Julia wanted Nikki to get a share of the heat she was getting. She always hated getting dragged, even though she does it to others. Yeah, and I think we saw some of that in some of the receipts where she was like, I'm getting all the heat for Matt and Manny or whatever, the killer twins, right? Because all the heat was on Julia because she was the very viral creator. Nikki wasn't a creator like her. So Julia did express some frustration that she was getting dragged and Nikki wasn't. So it would almost seem like she wanted to drag her sister down with her, which is also very weird dynamics. So, look, before I forget, I'm going to make a thumbnail right now, because one of the episodes will be my history with her. And I'm going to organize it a little bit better. including the original Mama Bubba video, which was in 2022. I can't wait for the series to start because I'm super confused. Yeah, I do think I need to give it context with our history. So I am going to be doing that. The green card series didn't cover much of the history or the context, which I think is important for people to have as well, not just jump right into the green card fraud. So in the first video, the first week when I launched this, the intro was very just like, oh, you know, we're going to be covering the green card files on this creator that was part of the hate campaign. But I'm going to take it a step further and get a little bit more detailed with this content in this relaunch, where I'm going to spend some time break because a lot of you guys are new and also weren't here. And I'm going to make a video on my history with Julia. That will be separate on its own. And this all started in February of 2022. So I'm going to do my best to narrate all of it in one video. So I'm going to have to get really detailed, organize my receipts. Because it's a lot to unpack. Don't let this open healed wounds because you're yeah, thank you. I do want to be careful because even just the part where we cover the DV was triggering, but I do feel like it's important to bring some of this back to life. Mama Bubba. I actually think I still have the screenshot of when I liked the comment calling her Mama Bubba. And that's what I'm looking for. I know that I have the original video that I made where I was like, you know, create better content, stop judging people or whatever. And then that's what sent her over the edge. When was it? When did we go? It was during Axel's birthday weekend is when that live stream was held. And then I even had people sending me, ew, I forgot about this. People demanding that I apologize to her.
At Joanne Gary7212 has purchased a membership. Santa Cachucha, rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Look, so I'm jumping ahead, but I want to show you guys some of these that I'm going to be using. When the beef started with Julia, her people literally, or maybe it was my people, I haven't read this, but they asked for me to apologize to her. So it says, hey Annie, I tried to comment on your video, but deleted the video of Julia and stopped the comment on the others. I can see a little bit of what that person sent you. They were trying to start some shit by the looks of it. That W, it was random AF. So I think she was trying to set you up. I hope you get on her or his ass about that. But anyway, what really rubbed me the wrong way is what made me email you is that you liked the comment where some old ass lady said, Mama Bubba. Like, come on now. You should have taken the time to ask that person for the whole video. Now, it rubbed you the wrong way because you found some truth in it. I don't know. Julia was talking about your raffles and showed that she wanted a pink Starbucks cups. That's how your name came up. No one was choking on it, and she damn sure wasn't making a whole ass video about you. You know, I think this sounds like Julia. Julia, did you email me this? So if you could apologize, it would be great. Should it be a problem since, I mean, you are such a forgiving person. I mean, you did forgive W enough to be around him even after, correct me if I'm wrong, because I did stop following you after a while, but didn't he sign away the rights to your kids, and yet you still found it in your heart to forgive him? Surely you can forgive someone for having an opinion and expressing it. Hey, maybe Michelle can be next, and she can fly down to Mexico to spend some time with her nieces and nephews. Looking back, I actually think that Julia wrote this. So this was just a random, this is going to go into my file of my history with her. So many files here. It's a good one. But I like this one because it narrates, it specifies the Mama Bubba. Tell me that wasn't her. That was definitely her. I believe that was her. And that was on the 7th of February. So this had to have happened pretty... It literally happened on Axel's birthday, February 6th. Where are my damn receipts? Oh no, it wasn't Axel's birthday. Maybe it was when we went to the stadium. Where is the damn video? Doesn't that sound like her? Especially because she emphasized the Mama Bubba. But I like that was mentioned there. I wonder who sent that to me. I wonder if I still have it in my... Let me look for this email and see who sent it. Apologize to bestie Julia. Like, why would I apologize to her? That's wild work. I know I have to have this somewhere. I'm gonna have to look for it. Okay. What I'm looking for is my original comment and video with the Mama Bubba comment. February 8th. Yikes, I gotta find it. I know I have it because she mentioned Julia. Well, you know why she mentioned Michelle, right? She was in contact with her shortly after this. Oh, it's right here, actually. Looks like I already had it saved.
She's fucking still doing her baby daddy. I don't give a fuck. What I don't like, y'all, is how he comes on her lives, because I was watching her live. Was it yesterday, I believe? Yeah, yesterday I was watching it, and she was getting ready because I don't know what the fuck they were gonna do. And I don't know where they were going or something. And they're going to her. It was like her son's birthday, and y'all, he wanted to make it so obvious, okay, that they're basically, fucking, right, and it made me mad. And I feel like the excuse is, well, we have kids together. I'm not gonna keep my kids away from their dad, and you don't have to, but you can also set boundaries, bitch. And I feel like she's falling back in, which can happen to the best of us. We're not here to judge.
But you're judging.
You know what I mean? We're not here to motherfucking judge. That's her motherfucking
But you're judging.
business. But,
My business, but here you are.
I think she's very...
And that was it. That's the video that sparked everything, because I responded and she took that video and said that I was fat shaming her. I know that I have screenshots somewhere of the comment, the Mama Bubba, and I may have it in my previous series. Because I privated the video initially. Oh, here's this little gem too. Her Instagram post where she made everything about me. And so this was after her mom passed. And she decided to blast my baby dad's TikTok so people would report it. And try to... I don't know. She was so weird. That was such weird behavior for her to do that. Because, like, you should have been grieving, not worried about my baby dad's TikTok. IG post. Like, she had literally just buried her mother. And this was her post. I don't know. Looking back in retrospect, like, that's just kind of weird behavior to me.
spent time on the computer fucking making bullshit up, shit up. And actually, and I'm not gonna do it. I literally.
She was definitely insane. I'm just showing all the clips that I'm moving into my folder for my episode with her. Don't tell me my mouse is dying.
I literally spent time on the computer fucking making bullshit up, shit up. And actually, and I'm not gonna do it. But here's the difference. And it's screenshotted too, so don't worry about it. Here's the difference between me and her. I had the decency and the respect when I showed those public records to cross out last names, to cross out certain addresses, to cross out a lot of shit, right? I had the decency to do some shit like that. She's not like that. She's dirty as fuck. She posted Michelle's address, Michelle's work address, Sabrina's work address. She does not give a fuck. I had the decency to block IP addresses, to block last names. And because I did that, I actually got a message from Scam. One of her friends messaged me and was like, look, I'm Scam's friend, but I really want to thank you. And I appreciate you blocking out my fucking last name. You're not welcome. That's just being a fucking human being and fucking respecting other people's fucking privacy. Do I have a screenshot? Yes, I do. Did this woman thank me? Yes, she fucking did. Because that's the right thing to fucking do. But that's something that Scam knows nothing about.
Another IG post. Rename. Gosh, I would be here for hours going through receipts. The curtain. Yikes. I would love, I have the original video out here somewhere. The Annie versus Julia drama. Add DoorDash under your pork rings.
The thing is, and it's funny, and this is also part of why, you know, look at what I
Okay, we're gonna wrap up soon. I keep saying that and I just keep finding more. Like, the lore on this is crazy. The pink curtain will forever be my favorite. And I think my mouse is dying. I just eat and eat. Yeah. She used to do like a lot of her lives with a lot of snacks. It was giving what's that niche where people just like eat on live streams and like ASMR? Okay, show and finder. Let me see. You guys can hear the audio, right?
The thing is, and it's funny, and this is also part of why, you know, look at what what they don't like is if we, like what we are, si Dios quiere, and we can build them a new cuartito and a new kitchen, it's going to be an inconvenience to Cap. Because the workers are going to be going through the house, over the house, everywhere. Do I give a fuck? No. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's been fighting for the terrenos ever since he was here, y'all. He was always talking about, well, I hope it's an even cut, blah, 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 because I'm the one who sent the most money. And I can fact check that because I have receipts, bitch. You already know I'm the queen of receipts. Jacobo has always sent money for his mom since he got here.
Queen of
receipts. If it wasn't
receipts.
for Jacobo, the first cuartito would have never gotten fucking built. So, the fuck?
I forget how she used to talk. She even like rebranded how she talked.
What? Who is that? OMG! Is this mind, body, and soul? Texture 182. When you drive your gray Toyota Tacoma HCD 5490 to work at the HEB in Mueller. Oh, are you stalking me? Why don't you say hi? Why would you have me in Jacobo's picture too? That's weird.
Does anybody remember this live?
Are you a fan? Thank you. Yeah, can y'all screenshot that and send it to me, the profile? And let me tell you something right now. I really do hope that you fucking know what you just did with putting that information out there. Because let me tell you something. Now I really do have to go for scam. So, you doing that, you just fucked up everything that they've been fucking working for.
So this was a very like weird live to me because somebody was trolling her, and then she said because she was getting trolled and doxxed by random people, then she really had to come after me. That was really weird dynamics to me. Like
I'm saying, you just fucked up everything. So, allegedly. It's not the right truck either.
But we know it was the right truck because she drives a 2002 gray Toyota Tundra.
Yeah, so I said it. I told y'all.
I like this as well because somebody dropped in the chat what she drove to HEB to her work, and she was like, "It's not the right truck." Which now we know it's the right truck. But the reason why I point that out is because she's always tried to play it off. Like she'll get caught up and be like, "Oh, I wasn't even home. Oh, it was my neighbor. Oh, it's the wrong truck. Oh, I was at dinner when they were live." Remember? Like all those, if you put all those, you know, side by side clips of her trying to play things off when people have like, when she's caught slipping, I guess you could say.
If you fucking put my work address or my home address or anything like that out there, you was gonna fuck up scammy shit. So congratulations.
Chewing is gross.
Just give me water. Yeah, sorry. I told y'all. I let y'all know. Let me check my DM. I let y'all hoes know. Thank you. Recaps, can you send me the Oh wait, never mind. I got it. Thank you.
Oh, this is good. So you hear her ask Recap, "Hey Recaps, can you send me this?" Because this was during the time that Recaps was still, she was like still, I guess not friends with her, but I like this because it shows how Recaps at the time was doing her favors. She would clip things, she would screenshot, and you just heard her say, "Hey Recaps, can you send that to me?" Recaps is the same person that she then turned around and tried to sue for copyright. But during this time in 2022, she knew that Recaps was recording her live streams. And in fact, I believe she's the one that asked her to do it. And so Recaps would be watching on the live, screen recording them, reposting them, clipping them. Or during the lives, she would ask her, "Hey, send this to me," right? So it would appear that Recaps was kind of like an administrative assistant, if you will, during her live streams. But yeah, the comparing to her aesthetic is kind of crazy, right? Because now she's classic. Now she's like bougie and like Louis Vuitton, but this is the original torta. This is the style of her videos. These were what she was known for. I mean, she had 1,000 viewers on at the time talking shit about this, right? So she was getting hella traffic. This is where people met her. This is where she was born, and this is what she built her platform off of, this specific type of content. So it's really interesting to now compare it to her rebrand of Soft Life and, you know, she's too good for this, I'm not addressing it, blah, 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 when she literally came from the trenches.
Thank you, my body and soul. Scam. You better thank her, babe. I tried to find. You can find out who's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the ASMR I was not a fan of. Okay, so I think we have enough. I didn't expect. Fuck, we're going on 4 hours. Did not expect this live to go this long, and this is why I said if I get on live, we're not getting shit done. What I can say is that we did get a lot done for the relaunch of the series. A lot of organizing, a lot of thumbnails. And I have episodes ready. So now it's just oh look, here is the thumbnail. History of Juliaaag111 online feud. Okay, besties, I think that covers what I had for tonight. We did get a lot done. There's a lot. I didn't realize how deep the lore is, how much content I have in this series, but it's gonna be quite a bit long. So every episode, the Mama Bubba files. Oh fuck! I still haven't found that screenshot. I know I have it somewhere. I think I have them in the original video that I made in 2023 when I was showcasing all the receipts. So I'll have to look at it. Okay, so for now, the next scheduled live that I have is on Friday, but very likely I will be on before then. I just need to take the morning tomorrow to catch up on some other stuff. Now that I have the structure for the next few episodes on this series, I think I might relaunch at some point this week, but I want to do it simultaneously to Twitch, so that we have a backup for the videos. Let's see really quick. Let me check in with everybody. Go to work class. If you guys have any additional receipts that you would like to send in, for those of you that have been around since 2022, if there's any receipts that you want to send in, any topics, send them to my email. I will be live before Friday for this show. I just don't want to commit to it as a scheduled live because I need to catch up on some things first. Once I get all those things done, then I'll jump on just on a sporadic live that's not scheduled. The next scheduled live is on Thursday, but you will likely see me live before then. I just don't want to schedule it because I don't know when it will be, because I have to lock in tomorrow morning to catch up on my other pages, finish setting up Twitch, and, you know, structuring some of these videos a little bit in more detail so that by the time I'm ready to jump on live, it's class in session, it's organized, fluid, and I'm not spending too much time looking for receipts during the live. Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much for joining me. Shout out to all of you that have sent in tips during the live, super chats. I appreciate it wholeheartedly. As a reminder, I do have an open raffle on Instagram for a chance to claim one of the bear cups. And what else? I'm trying to do a quick recap. What did we cover? So the beginning, we just kind of spent some time talking about the live schedule. Then we dove into relaunching the series. We came up with the new series name. We structured up to 4 episodes and kind of the things that we'll cover. I showed a lot of receipts some previews of the receipts that I'll be including in the series. And I do think that the relaunch will be with a lot more context than the original series, which was just the green card series. But this series is going to be the Julia series, and we're going to go through her digital footprint. We're going to go through public records. We'll spend some time on the green card files. We'll spend some time on the family dynamics. It's going to be very similar to what we did with the Candace series, but I believe it'll be more organized. And as you guys can see, there's a lot of receipts. There's a lot of context. So it will take some organizing, but I think we're headed in the right direction. So with that being said, I will check in with you guys tomorrow. We'll likely host the live stream at some point tomorrow, maybe midday. Again, just don't want to schedule it and commit to it because I need to get some other things done first. And that's all we have for today. I will make this live available for members. If you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? If you're not yet a member, what are you waiting for? Also, tomorrow I will be dropping the monthly giveaway for my YouTube Baddie membership appreciation giveaway. So keep an eye out for that in the morning. And